Hello and happy Thanksgiving here from Honeywell Field in Wellesley, Massachusetts. I'm Seamus Coleman. Alongside me is Robbie Johnson and Brendan Walsh, and we're here for some high school football action between the Wellesley Raiders and Needham Rockets in their 126th annual Thanksgiving Day rivalry game. We're very excited to be watching both teams play here today. We have some very good players on each team. It's bound to be a very good game. Guys, quickly talk about who you think's the threats for each team.
Well, for Wellesley, obviously, it's John Fadul. He's the passer, runner, quarterback, everything. So he should be the biggest threat for Wellesley here this morning and afternoon, obviously.
And Seamus, for Needham, it's all going to be about how they're going to replace the offense of Mike Panapinto, a Mr. Touchdown Award finalist. Mike's out today with the hamstring. We'll see what they're going to do at tailback and passing the ball to replace Mikey.
All right, so there's some good storylines. Now, I believe Needham has won the toss and they've elected to receive. I could be wrong on that. It was hard to see from here, but we'll get to see early if that is true. How do the Rockets plan on replacing Mike Panapinto?
Yeah, Seamus, that's a huge story for Needham. I know the last 2 weeks there's been a lot of talk around the team as to how they're going to handle it. Obviously, Mike Panapinto, 27 touchdowns. He had about 1,800 yards rushing. In my view, the greatest player, running back to ever play at Needham High School. You got Jack Roquet, who's been the backup all year. They might see a little bit of either Rashawn Wise or Jack Walsh, even at the tailback position. And the other question is how much you're going to run the spread no-huddle offense with Ryan Charter. Certainly Ryan Charter is one way we could go with this and pass the ball a lot with Ryan's abilities to Mikey Elcock.
All right, so the Rockets will be doing the receiving. Number 84,
Cosmo Ferrante.
Cosmo Ferrante will be doing the kicking for the Raiders.
Looks like Cliff and Rashawn deep. Cliff Kirker and Rashawn Wise.
Ryan Wentworth catches it. He's going to do the returning.
Oh, good pursuit.
Brings it right back to about the 26-yard line for the Rockets, and that's where they'll start for their first offensive possession.
Yeah, Ryan Wentworth very correctly just made sure return there. He didn't want to turn the ball over.
And that was good coverage there by Wellesley, really not allowing him to get any sort of room to work there. It was a pretty short kickoff, so I'm still going to get pretty good field position here at about the 30-yard line.
Robbie, is there anyone we should be watching on this Wellesley defense that's really a playmaker?
Defensive line, you got to look for Brian Pedersen, number 65. He's the captain. And then Matt Jama, John Wilson, both captains as well in the defensive secondary. Those are sort of the key guys for Wellesley.
Jack Walsh at tail. Jack Roquet was split out to the left.
Walsh was on the pitch from Charter, and he loses about 1 yard on that, so it's going to be 2nd and 11 for the Rockets.
We lose number 11 on the tackle there, Robbie.
Oh, that was John Wilson. That was good pursuit by that Wellesley defensive front, though. They had about 4 or 5 helmets to the football on that, and Walsh could really go nowhere.
And a little interesting early here, Seamus. We saw Jack Walsh at tail, but Jack Roquet in the game at the same time. So they're both on the field. Now it's Roquet at tailback, Seamus.
Now they're lined up in the power I. Charter under center, Walsh at fullback, and Roquet at tailback. Charter rolls out looking to pass, has Elcock deep down the field. Elcock's wide open, hits Elcock in stride. Elcock's going.
Great catch by Mikey. Good get there.
Oh, and it's
great tackle by Wellesley.
That was number 16, Matt DeZama, the captain with the tackle, but lined up in the power I. Charter under center, Walsh at fullback, and Roquet at tailback.
Back at the 20.
We got a flag. I think it's going to go against the no.
Roughing the passer. Wow. Big break for Needham there. Nothing we haven't seen all season with Needham. Mikey P is in here. We've got 13 touchdown passes this season from Ryan Charter to Mikey Elcock. Mikey almost took it to the house there. And now this big penalty. That's not going to be very helpful for the Wellesley cause, Robbie.
No, you really don't want to see that. And great job of Elcock there by getting some separation on that defensive secondary. And almost took it to the house, but Jama able to catch him there at the very last second there and make the touchdown-saving tackle. So.
Jama's got great speed. I know that.
For a very big guy, Elcock's very, very fast, and I think that's one of the first times all year I've seen him caught from behind like that. So that was a very nice tackle by Matt DeZama.
I believe it's pronounced Jama, isn't it?
Yeah, Jama.
Yeah. Jama.
Yeah. I know it looks like the Jama. Seamus.
It will be first.
It's a first and goal.
First and goal from the 10 because they add on that 15 yards.
I think it's first and goal from the 10.
Actually, well, they do have both chains up on the
trips
front
right for Needham. Jack Walsh up the middle.
Some good running there from Jack Walsh. Picks up some solid yardage on first down for the Rockets.
And if you're Wellesley, if you could hold Needham to a field goal, that'd be a big victory early on after giving up the big pass play on the second play of the game. And
but Needham come up with 7 yards there on the first give. This Needham offensive line takes great pride in their blocking. Everybody knows Mikey Panapinto's great. I know the Needham team has put it on this offensive line to get it done without Mikey.
So now they line up in the power eye again. Roque at the tailback position. Aiden O'Connor split out wide, and Mike Elcock in the slot. Elcock goes in motion. Charter gets the handoff. It's to Roque, and he gets balled up immediately in the backfield by a slew of Wellesley defenders.
No chance there for Jack Roque. Immediate penetration from the Wellesley interior lineman.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. They weren't letting him go anywhere on that. Now a big third down here for Wellesley. Let's see, like I said, if they can hold them to a field goal chance here. They think they might go to the air here. Try to go to the air here again. I wouldn't be surprised. Third and 7.
It's Chuck Thornton's a great offensive coordinator for Needham. That was obviously a very big negative play for Needham. You got to keep an eye here on Mikey Elcock.
Third down from the 7-yard line of Wellesley. Rockets looking to punch it in. Charter lines up under center again. Hands
Rashawn Wise. Oh, it's Jack, is it? That's Jack?
Yep.
Oh.
Roque does some good power running, but does not get into the end zone. He's going to be down at about, I believe, the 3 or 4 yard line of Wellesley. Make it the 5. So it'll be interesting. Do they go for a touchdown or do they go for the field goal?
I think they're going to. Let's take a look.
I think they're going to go for it. I see Charter over there on the far side. So they might be going for it.
I don't see Augie Call. Augie Call would be number 6, and he's not in there. Roque on that last run did great to break the tackles in the backfield. Timeout Needham, Seamus.
Yeah, Needham's going to talk this one over. A very big decision here early in the game. Do they go for 7 or 3?
This would be a humongous stop for Wellesley if they can hold them here to no points. Like I said, after that big long not touchdown pass, but that big long pass to start the game.
Just want to credit number 65, Brian Peterson, the senior captain and tackle for Wellesley, with that huge tackle on second down to stuff Roque in the backfield for a loss.
And that was a key play, Seamus, because they got 7 on first down. They're looking at 2nd and goal from the 3, and they got a loss there. And then that time, Jack Roque did a great job just getting what he got, because he was hitting the backfield.
So they're going for it.
The Rockets will go for it, and they have 3 receivers split out wide with Walsh in the backfield alongside Charter. Charter's in the gun.
I would look for Mikey Elcock. High snap. Oh. Walsh going to have to get in. I don't know. No.
Walsh was not able to get in after that high snap that Charter had a little bit of a hard time handling. So that's going to be a turnover on downs, and after that huge pass connection between Charter and Elcock, the Rockets turn the ball over, and Wellesley gets their first drive of the game with still no points on the board for the Rockets.
And it looked like that Ryan just couldn't get. It was a tough wind. It kind of sailed to the sideline away from Jack Walsh. Jack did a great job readjusting, but that loss of a second or two kind of defeated any chance Jack had of getting in the end zone.
Yeah, and that pass looked like you may have sailed on him a tiny bit, because it looked like it's kind of windy out here today, as you can probably hear from our mics, but it looked like that ball sort of floated out there a little bit, which allowed Wellesley defense to sort of get set and make the play there. Huge stop for the Wellesley defense.
Robbie, here we go. The John Fadul show is the Wellesley offense. You can talk about that.
Yeah.
Fadul looking to pass. Throws a dart way over his intended receiver. That was number 16 for Wellesley, Matt DeZama, who was the intended target. Now, Fadul, we know he's a dual threat quarterback, Robbie. He's rushed for 21, or he's thrown for 21 TDs and rushed for another 15. Talked about how dynamic of a player he can be for the Raiders.
He is the dual threat in every sense of the word, Seamus. I mean, the kid can run, he can throw. He's got such a strong arm. He's strong too, he's a big build, so he's able to sort of motor guys over, but he's quick too. So, Needham's really gonna have to look out for him in all aspects, not only just throwing the ball, but also running it as well. Oh, he's got man wide open.
Yeah, that's a completed pass there for Fadul, and the receiver number 18, Alex Porter, is taken out after a very big gain all the way up to about the Needham 35-yard line.
He was wide open on it. I don't know where the cover man was on that, but Porter was wide open on that near side and able to break out for a nice gain there of about 30 yards and put Wellesley in a much better field position here, like you said, about the 35-yard line.
I was lucky enough to coach John Fadul in youth football along with his dad, Jim Fadul, who's kind of a Wellesley youth football coaching legend in this town. And I can tell you, John Fadul is as good as anybody in this state at quarterback. In my view, he should be in the Mr. Touchdown conversation. He isn't, but he should be. Noonan.
Handoff there Goes for a very big gain on first down. It's going to be a 9-yard pickup for Wellesley.
It was P.J. Noonan, Seamus.
Yeah, T.J. Noonan, the main running back for Wellesley. He's very strong, very powerful, can really run the ball. And we talk about Fadul. He just punches out there for a first down.
You can see the strength of Fadul there, just powering with those legs.
He had about 2 defenders there, and he just sort of pulled them right along for an extra yard or 2.
Yep.
Fadul, a very large kid. You can see all the way from here, high up in the stands, how much mass he has on his arms and legs. One of the stronger quarterbacks I've definitely seen in high school football.
And from what I understand, he had the highest bench press in the Wellesley program, was absolutely worked very hard in the offseason to help this Raider team.
Fadul's going to line up in the gun. He's got 3 receivers split out, another one on the other side. T.J. Noonan in the backfield. Fadul looking to throw. He's going deep down.
Oh, he's got Porter. Oh, wow.
Dizama makes a great catch all the way down at the Needham 15 and then rolls all the way down to the 10. So a huge completion there on first down for Fadul to Dizama, and now the Raiders have their own chance to score right now.
And he had just enough separation on that to make the catch. Jama just got far enough by the defender on that to be able to make that play. Huge gain right there.
Fadul keeps it himself. He's going to try to run it. Carter Christensen gets him from behind and drags him down after about a 5-yard gain. So now the Raiders are really knocking on the Rockets' door, 5 yards out from the end zone on second down.
And again, Jama there again, not going down without a fight. He was pushing those legs ahead the entire way and was able, I think, to pick up another couple of yards because of it.
Wellesley stays in the no huddle. Fadul in the gun. T.J. Noonan right next to him. Keeps himself, and he's going to walk in.
He's dead, yeah.
So John Fadul puts the Raiders on the board, and they've taken the first lead of the game, 6-0, with 7:06 remaining in the first quarter.
Big job, great job by Wellesley. They're capitalizing on that pass play from Fadul to Jama, and it's Fadul. We talked about him. He shows it in the air. He shows it on the ground there, keeping it from 7 yards out or so, and able to get in the end zone. Great job by Wellesley. They come back off the turnover and get some points out of it. Nice job.
And one thing from the Needham defensive side point, great throw by Fadul, but Trevor Schofield is playing there. He's a sophomore starting his second game. Kick is, I believe.
Yep, that extra point is good there for
Ferrante, Cosmo Ferrante.
Cosmo Ferrante. I don't think I'll pronounce that name correct all day.
So it's 7-0 here with 7:06 to go.
Yeah.
Wellesley making a big statement early after that very large completion from Charter to Elcock. They get a stop on the goal line and then march straight down the field and punch it in for 7.
And I was getting back to another. Trevor Schofield actually had great coverage on that, but that shows you the accuracy of Fadul and the tremendous athleticism there of Jama. Trevor's a great athlete. He's a good basketball player at Needham High School, and certainly projects as a starter next year. Jake Schernicker would be starting at right corner. Unfortunately, Jake suffered a concussion against Mansfield, so that's tough for Needham. Although I got to tell you, I don't know if anybody could have stopped that pass from being completed.
Yeah, I will say, Fadul, he throws a dart. He throws a very hard and fast pass, and it really hit his receiver very quickly in stride, and there was not much adjustment the Needham cornerback could make.
And he can make the deep throw, too. I mean, he obviously, as we're talking about, he's got the arm strength to complete that pass, no question about it.
On the Needham side of it, it's just so unfortunate we didn't get in there because Wellesley didn't really do any better stopping us. They just stopped us at the goal line.
Oh, Kirker has a little bit of trouble picking it up.
Could be issues. Come on, Cliff.
Cliff, get up. We've seen him make acrobatic returns before. Still on his feet.
Nice return.
Taken down all the way to about the Needham 30-yard line. So after a little bit of trouble handling it, Kirker does a nice job recovering and making a good play.
Yeah, if anybody could do it, it's Kirker, obviously of ESPN fame now after that punt return touchdown against Framingham. I know, Brendan, you had a chance to witness in person. That was just a phenomenal play, just watching it, on the highlights. But that was terrific.
Cliff's a great athlete, likely to be a captain next year for Needham High School. He's a great corner, and he's a great return man. Huge possession for the Needham offense. You don't want to get into a shootout with Fadul. You've got to be able to score and keep him off the field.
Elcock is going to be sent in motion. Charter lines up under center. Quick handoff to Jack Walsh. Does some good power running. Gets about 2 to 3 yards on first down. And it's going to be 2nd and 7 for the Rockets.
And we'll keep coming back to this theme throughout the broadcast, Seamus. But Needham High School has played one way all season with Mike Panapinto, my view, the best running back in the state. And it's just very difficult for a team to kind of create a second identity after their first one is standing on the sidelines. But that's the job. Nobody feels sorry for you. They're all good football players. They have to do the job.
Charter lines up under center, hands it to Roque. Roque doing some good running. And Roque is going to be taken down after about a 5-yard gain. It's going to be 3rd and 2, so some good power running there by Jack Roque on 2nd down.
Yeah, good run by Jack. Jack's a very good running back in his own right. He hit the hole quick there. A good gain. We really need this first down on the Needham side.
And if you're Wellesley, 3 and out here would be huge. You just come out taking the early lead, and now if you can get another stop here, it would put momentum squarely on your shoulders here.
Charter lines up under center. Roque in the backfield. Walsh at fullback. Handoff is to Roque. Roque doing some good.
Get out of there, Jack.
He's got the first down. He's still powering his feet all the way down to the
ball looks like it might have come out.
We got a
Lordy.
Large scramble there.
Looked like Roque in his efforts to gain more yardage could have put the ball on the floor.
Hold on, let's see.
There's a huge scrum there.
Waiting for a signal from the referees.
Looks like Needham got it. Who come out of that?
Zach Cole.
Zach Cole has it.
Zach Cole, the senior captain, making a big play.
Let me tell you something about Zach Cole. You could see how much he wanted that ball. Senior captain, great lacrosse player, but the best offensive lineman on this very proud Needham offensive line. Zach Cole was getting that ball back.
So the Rockets avoid a little bit of a scare right there, and they're going to have first down from the Wellesley 46-yard line. It's going to be first down. Charter lines up under center. Outcock split out wide. Roque is sent in motion and out to the flat. Charter looking to pass.
Screen to Jack Walsh.
Jack's going to make a man miss. He does. Still on his feet.
Oh.
So Jack Walsh, after he could have been balled up for a very large loss, gets some good positive yardage out of that first down pass, and it's going to be 2nd and 6 for the Rockets.
Again, sorry, Seamus. That's Needham looking for other offense. Jack Walsh has always been great on that screen pay in the past for Needham High School. Not so much this year. Certainly in freshman and JV, he made a living out of that play. Good gain, 5 yards, so keeps him in good down and distance.
Well, it looked like they may have had him bottled up there for a loss on the play.
Right,
but he
there was a Wellesley defender over there, right.
He was able to break free and pick up 5 yards. So pretty impressive maneuvering right there.
Charter lines up under center, hands it off to Roque. Roque still doing some good running. So Roque's starting to find a little bit of wiggle room to work, and he brings it down to about the 45.
He's close to a first down.
Yeah, he's a little short.
It's going to be 3rd and 1, 3rd and 1.5 for the Rockets.
And I can see Jack had both hands wrapped on that ball last time. Obviously it's his first varsity start. So he's a very talented player. It's just, it's tough. He knows he's going to be the guy. The boys have been talking to him all week. He's really, really pointing towards this game. I personally know in the family I'm hoping for a good game from Jack.
Oh, I think they stopped
him.
Yeah. Charter tries to sneak, and they stopped him. They are in 4-down territory right now, but with the way Fadul looks like he's playing, they might want to consider a punt.
And it looked like I don't know if there was just a sneaker. It looked like Charter might have had a little bit of trouble with the snap there. But
Ryan likes to fool the defense by going on first sound before anybody knows they're ready. But it looked like Wellesley was ready on that. I've seen him successfully do that many times. They're going for it.
Another big play, another big 4th down play here.
Yeah. Brendan, is this risky?
Oh, of course it is, but you got to have it. I mean, you got to believe you can get it. I'm not big on second guesses coaching decisions.
Charter lines up under center.
Wellesley's got the line stacked.
Hands it to Roque.
They got him, yes.
Roque gets stuffed, and that's another 4 and out for the Wellesley D, and they're going to start with some great field position at about their own 45-yard line.
Great penetration there by that Wellesley defensive front. Just no chance off the they met him at the point of contact and brought him down right away. Great play, and you're right, Wellesley gets the ball down about midfield, and chance to go up 2 scores here. How about that?
Well, it's incumbent on the Needham defense to come up with something and keep this game tight. Looking for any kind of a big play, a 3 and out, although I would believe Wellesley would probably use all 4 downs given their field position and the kind of offense they have.
One thing to watch, guys, if Wellesley does go back to punt, Fadul actually usually does the punting out, sort of a squib kick type thing.
Outside, John Bernard.
Good run there on first down by Connor Russell. The senior for the Raiders brought out of bounds at about the Rocket 48-yard line by John Bernard.
And there was some good blocking there on the outside. He had room to run there and able to pick up, looks to be like 7 or 8 yards on the play. So good first down run there by Russell.
John Bernard, number 80 on the stop for Needham.
2:58 remaining here in the first quarter. If you have just been tuning in with us, the Raiders lead 7-0 after a touchdown on the ground by their quarterback, number 15, John Fadul, who has been outstanding for them all year.
Reed.
Oh, Fadul. Oh, no, he didn't keep it. Thought for a minute Fadul might try and keep that on the outside, but no, he handed it off inside.
Seamus, one thing I've seen, I'm sorry, Robbie.
That's all right.
Fadul really does a great job in that read option. He holds it forever, so he keeps the defenders off balance.
Yeah.
It's a very long read option when Fadul's running it.
And Fadul can either keep it himself or he can hand it off.
Right.
There's that dual threat there, no question about it. But they do pick up the first down, though, which is good for Wellesley. 4 more downs to work with here as we come up on 2.5 to play in the first.
Fadul is going to line up in the gun. TJ Noonan to his left. Man in motion. Fadul looking for the snap, gets it. He's looking to pass.
Short guy.
Has the short man, and he's taken down after a first down play. That was number 18, Alex Porter, with the second catch of the day.
And that was Trevor Schofield on the stop for Needham. This is what the Wellesley offense does. Run, pass, Fadul always involved.
I just want to point something out, guys. I have not yet to see number 7 for Wellesley, Jack Dolan. He's been one of Fadul's top targets so far this season, and I've yet to see him out on the field. I'm trying to look down the sidelines. I don't see him. I can't pick him out down there either, so I don't know if there's an injury or something like that, but he is not out there at this moment.
Yeah, he's got 8 touchdown receptions this year, too.
Fadul looking to pass.
Coverage.
And it's it was almost picked off there by John Bernard. Would have been a great defensive play there for the Rockets, but instead it's an incompletion, and the Raiders have a 2nd and 10 attempt again.
Yeah, not sure if I like that idea. Tried to throw it into coverage there, but luckily for Fadul, it wasn't picked off.
Needham did have excellent coverage there. John Fadul has a cannon, so he'll try to fit a throw in there sometimes. It was excellent coverage by Bernard. Would have been great for the Rockets if he could have held on to that one. It was a tough bullet, and he was diving.
Fadul lines up in the gun to Noonan to his left. It's 2nd and 10 from the Rocket 26. Fadul looking to make a play. He's going to keep it
QB
himself.
draw.
Oh, and almost brought down in the backfield by Derek Child.
Flag.
Oh.
And then finally wrestled out of bounds.
Fadul has a first down, yeah.
Well, we'll check the flag, though. That's in the area of, it's going to be a hold against Wellesley. So
that's going to bring up a 2nd and 20 on the 36 for the Rockets. Really big setback after a very nice run there by John Fadul.
Yeah, big play there for Wellesley because Fadul had the first down, it looked like. So tough break.
I know the Needham team very much. That was a couple of plays that they focus on with John Fadul as a runner. That quarterback draw, they'll pass. John will stand up, give you that pass look, hold it for a count or two, and then take off in the QB draw. And also the other play I saw on tape was Fadul running a counter tray. He'd fake it to the running back that pulled both backside players, guard and tackle. Fadul leading up. He's a great power runner, and the Wellesley coaching staff tries to take advantage of that.
Fadul lines up in the gun. Noonan to his right.
Here's Dolan.
Dolan isn't. Okay.
Fadul looking to throw, still scrambling around, goes deep down the field.
Cliff Kirker's out there.
Kirker, great coverage by Cliff Kirker, and that's an incompletion. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 15 for Wellesley. Great little coverage there by Kirker to get his hand up and get in the way of Alex Porter's face.
Yeah, great play there by Cliff. He had the coverage. You saw Fadul holding. Needham had some excellent coverage on that, Robbie.
Yeah, definitely. But, I mean, Fadul, you got to credit the offensive line there because, I mean, Fadul did have time to throw there, but you're right. Excellent coverage downfield by the Rockets, and good job by Kirker there breaking that pass up.
Well, it's good to see Dolan out there. You want all the boys to get to play.
So big 3rd down here for the Rockets. This is 4-down territory for the Raiders.
Definitely. Yeah.
So wouldn't be afraid to see them go intermediate to start.
Which means you don't have to get it all in this play. You could get up a good gain and leave it for 4th.
Fadul
Screen
pass.
Jama.
He's going to be brought down very close to the first down marker. You're going to have to wait for the spot on this one. But that was exactly what we talked about. They didn't look for that deep ball. They went intermediate with the screen pass.
And Java worked it for about 12, 13-yard gain there. So now
they might try the quarterback sneak. It's going to be 4th and 1.
I wouldn't be surprised. They're hurrying up to the line. We got a flag. We've got.
What if they broke the huddle with 12, or what? That usually is on the offense.
I'd like to see what the call is here. They are picking it up.
What? What was the signal?
It looked like you went offside.
How could it be offsides? They hadn't snapped the ball yet.
It looked like offsides against Wellesley, although I don't know.
It can't be. It's got to be something else. He signaled offside. There's no way it can be that. You can't be offside till the ball snapped. He signaled offside, Seamus.
Yeah, so that's what they're telling us right now is offsides. That's a huge penalty for the Raiders after they had a very manageable 4th down attempt. Now they're going to have a little bit of a tougher one.
They hadn't snapped the ball. How can it be offsides?
I didn't see anybody move on that Wellesley defensive front. Or the Wellesley offensive front either.
You can be offsides as long as you get back. You have time to readjust. It's got to be something different because you cannot be offside without snapping the ball.
And it would be if it was on the since it was on the offense. I would thought it'd be a false start.
Yeah, I'd say false start, but I didn't think they were set.
That could be. Yeah.
I didn't think they were set yet.
But he signaled offside. Yeah, that would make a lot more sense.
He said offside though against the offense, which is perplexing me.
Fadul in the gun, looking to throw on 4th.
Evan Turner, look out! Oh! Let him outside. This is dangerous. Oh!
And that pass to Jama from Fadul could have been a TD connection. Instead, it's an incompletion, and the Raiders turn the ball over with 14 seconds remaining in the first.
Huge defensive play there for Needham to get that stop. Boy, that was critical for Needham.
Yeah, that Fadul, good job by him at getting free there and almost hit Jama there. I mean, he was open. He tried to dive for that, but couldn't quite come up with it. A big stop right, you're right, Brendan, for Needham.
Sorry, go ahead, Robbie.
No, just a big stop for Needham, and now let's see if they can capitalize on it here.
Last thing you want to see is John Fadul outside the pocket with a run-pass option. It's a very dangerous place for defense to be.
Yep, he definitely broke contain, but opted to go deep with the pass and was incomplete.
Okay, we got Jack Walsh alone in the backfield now.
Rashawn Wise in motion. Handoff is to Walsh. Walsh doing some good power running on first down. That's going to be about a 5-yard gain for the Rockets.
That should just about do it for the first quarter
and
here.
The clock is now within 5 seconds, and that's going to end it. The Rockets will not be able to get another play off.
Right, and the Wellesley defense is probably very happy Mike Panapinto is on the sidelines wearing civilian clothes. I haven't seen any defense that would like to see Mike. But again, I'll keep coming back to this. Nobody cares. Needham's got to run offense. You know, players get hurt. It's football.
Yeah, you got to make the play.
Yeah, right. And Needham is trying to make plays on a different group of players. See John Madsen in there, Seamus.
John Madsen seeing his first action since the first game of the year after going out with a broken finger. He's definitely been a good weapon for Ryan when he has been available, so let's see if they go to him.
And he's got some height on him, too.
Ryan
looking for Mikey.
Elcock deep down the sideline, and the pass is a little bit underthrown. Elcock was being covered very well there by Dzama, so it's going to be 3rd and 4, ball on the Rocket 29-yard line.
And on that play, you had Mikey Elcock at 6'3", John Madsen at 6'6", and Ryan Walsh at 6'4" in the pass pattern.
Well, that's what I was about to say. Is Madsen's got some size to him, so you could get these Wellesley DBs aren't that big, so you could get a little mismatch going.
Might have been
there.
the thinking there.
And the nice thing about Madsen is him being a basketball player with his background there. He can really go up and get the ball at its highest point, so that even makes his 6'6" height even taller.
All three of those guys are basketball players: Walsh, Elcock, and Madsen.
Charter lines up under center, 3rd and 4. Aiden O'Connor sent in motion. Roque in the backfield. Walsh at fullback. Charter looking to pass. Charter out down the center to
Nothing
Elcock.
doing. Oh,
it's intercepted.
Dolan.
Blocking the
Come
back,
on, Jack.
baby.
Come on, Jack.
And he's finally taken down by Ryan Walsh. That's a huge play for Wellesley. Number 7, Jack Dolan intercepts Ryan Charter and returns it all the way to the Rocket 29-yard line. So a huge play there for Dolan.
That ball might be a little bit underthrown there.
I also think he got affected by the wind, Robbie. Very tough crosswind blowing there.
Because it was a pretty easy ball for Dolan to intercept.
It was. It kind of hung up there. And Ryan Charter was under some pass pressure, rush pressure. So between the wind and he might have had thrown it over an on-running rusher. Very, very tough break here for Needham. You never want to lose the turnover battle.
And now they're deep in their own territory here, so they really gotta pin their heels back here and really try to come up with a stop here.
If I were Wellesley, I'd try some power runs with Fadul.
Fadul's going to line up in the gun with, I believe that is number 44.
That's Noonan again. Yeah, Noonan's their sort of predominant back out of that formation.
Fadul keeps it and is brought down after a good 5-yard gain.
Tom Baker. Yeah, Evan Turner. Just more of the same. Fadul giving you that read option look and then following his blocking.
And if we look at, just want to go back to Fadul for a second, guys. If we look at sort of the very recent history of Wellesley quarterbacks, Chris Sarney last year, sort of a smaller version of what Fadul could do. He could run, he could pass and stuff like that. But I mean, Fadul is, obviously Fadul is much stronger, and he's still got the quickness and a little bit more arm strength.
Oh,
too.
a lot more. I mean, I'm not concerned. Fadul's got a lot more arm strength than just about everybody playing high school football.
Fadul and the keeper again.
Straight ahead.
Look at a lot of room.
He's in.
And he powers it in for his second touchdown of the game. And the Wellesley Raiders have taken a 13-0 lead with 10:48 remaining in the second quarter.
And that's just, again, Fadul had that room on the outside, on the left side, and good blocking up front there, and he's able to take it in. And it's been the Josh Fadul show. What can we say so far this first quarter plus? But
it's not any different than any Wellesley game I saw on tape. It's the John Fadul show every week. Unfortunately, the Mike Panapinto show has been canceled for today.
The extra point is up, and it is good. It is now 14-0 Raiders. And they have taken a solid lead with a lot of time still remaining in this ball game, but we've definitely seen the Wellesley offense. They can really move the ball up and down the field.
Yeah, and Brendan, I agree with you. I mean, this would probably be a completely different game if Panapinto was in there, but still, defensively, you got to get the stops. You got to contain Fadul. You can't use that as an excuse. You got to go out there and make plays.
No, God,
absolutely.
No.
But it would be a much different game. You're absolutely right. If Panapinto is in there, I think the Wellesley coaches this week were breathing a sigh of relief when they saw him in street clothes instead of.
But you're right, Robbie. Nobody cares. I mean, you got to play the game. There's a lot. Any football team's more than one guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Needham
it's 11 guys out there.
Nobody's going to feel sorry for you. You've got to go out there and play football. And I know that's been the theme in Needham this last week or two preparing for the game. And I saw this team come back from 35-7 against Mansfield a couple of weeks ago.
No. Still plenty of ball game left here.
Hideous officials call away from defeating that Mansfield team. I'm sorry. We have the tape and the photo evidence to show that.
I saw it.
Onside. Got to get on that, Needham.
Nice job there by Augie Cole to pick the ball up for the Rockets. It's going to be 1st and 10 from about their own 30-yard line. So let's see how Charter and the offense responds after that interception that resulted in a Wellesley TD.
And I don't know if it's by design, but I've seen Wellesley a lot of times this season, including today, do that sort of short kickoff, the squib kick or the onside kick, whatever you want to call it. I don't know if they're
kicking it to like the second level. They don't want to kick it deep to the fast guys. Kick it over the fat guys. Let the middle guys have it. But Needham does a lot of that too, Robbie. Okay, we got Jack Walsh in the backfield now.
Charter's in the gun. Charter's in the gun. Walsh to his right. Elcock split out wide. Handoff is to Walsh. He's got little to no room to work, and he's brought down right at the line of scrimmage. So Walsh just really not had any holes to go through today.
Now that Wellesley defensive front just stack it up there, continually run after run after run. And, the one thing I'll say, though, is if Walsh can find a way to break through that first wave of Wellesley defenders, he's going to have a lot of room to run because they're really stacking that defensive line there for the run game.
Looks like Needham is trying to settle on who they want to run the ball, Roque or Jack Walsh, and they're trying both, and they're putting them both in there to present them both as options for the Wellesley defense. But again, fairness to Needham, you're trying to make up a new offense after running one offense for the whole season.
Roque is sent in motion. Walsh, the only man in the backfield. Charter looking to pass, dumps it to Walsh. Walsh has got some good running room. Walsh, I love the power running there. That's going to be a first down for the Rockets. Good little tackle there by number 7, Jack Dolan, the man who previously intercepted the ball for the Raiders, but good play call, good reception by Walsh, and the Rockets move the chains.
That's a fullback delay in the Needham offense. Jack Walsh feigns like he's pass blocking, then slips out late. So your linebackers have taken a drop and your rushers come upfield. Nice execution there by Ryan and Jack.
I mean, I know maybe because of my hockey background, but Walsh maybe could have picked up a few more yards, but I love him lowering the shoulder and just running straight into the Wellesley defender.
Jack's a north and south runner.
Walsh gets the handoff again, still on his feet. Again, running the ball, he's not had much room to work. That would be maybe a 1 yard gain at best.
One thing I don't want to gloss over, guys, is that this Wellesley team, they've lost Needham 3 years in a row. So you got to think that coming into this game, they were just as focused as they possibly could be because they're on their home field. The seniors have never beaten Needham. I mean, you just got to think that they are just coming out here ready to go, and they really want to win this game. So
Charter lines up in the eye. Got Walsh at fullback, Roquet at the tailback position. Elcock lined up in the slot, sent in motion. Fakes the handoff, looking for Elcock. Dumps it to Walsh. Walsh has got some good room. Needs to make a man miss. Oh, and he's hauled down.
No. So I saw his head kind of dip down, but
so a pretty good gain there on second down. It's going to bring up about a 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4 for the Rockets. Ball on the 50-yard line.
it looks like Wellesley's been playing a 5, almost like a 5-3 defense a lot of the time, stacking the box against Needham's an I formation team. They're a power running team. That really hasn't worked for any team against Mikey P. They just get him blocked and get him to the second level. Mikey takes off. But right now, Needham's still struggling to try to find offense, although I still think they can get deep with Mikey Elcock.
Oh, absolutely. There's no question about it.
Trips left.
They've done it once before. They did it on the first drive of the game. So you know they could go to that. Absolutely.
Charter lines up in the gun, looking to pass. He's going to have to roll out, being pressured.
Better run with that one, I think.
Charter gets going, tries to cut to the sideline. He's going to be brought down short of the first down marker.
Close enough, though. Maybe then we'll give it a try.
I definitely think they're in 4-down territory, though. It's going to bring up a 4th and about 1. So good play by Charter. Didn't have anything to throw. Just got out of the pocket and ran.
Yeah, he had no clean looks there. He had a guy in his face, so he had to get what he could.
He's no John Fadul, but he does have some good quickness.
Very quick feet. He's a very good overall athlete.
They're going for it again.
Walsh, the only man in the backfield. He hasn't had much running room. Let's see if they could opt to give it to him. They give him a pitch.
Toss.
Walsh going out wide.
No.
And he gets stuffed very close to the line. I don't think he got it. He's going to wait for a signal from the referees in a spot.
Where'd the near side line judges? I think he's short on that.
I thought he was short on live action. He's short. They're calling for a measurement, but it looks like a yard short.
From where the ball is and where the yard marker is, it doesn't look like he got there. So if it is, it's another big third straight 4th down stop for this Wellesley defense.
Yeah, the Wellesley defense has remained on the field, but the Rocket offense is left. They are going to give a measure. I don't think it's anywhere close to where it should be.
No, I'd be very surprised if this is a 1st down, I'll tell you that much. Yep, Wellesley ball. They are fired up out there. Wellesley's got all the momentum right now.
Yeah, the Rockets need to find a little bit of wiggle room on the running game. Roquet's had a little bit of success, but both Walsh and Roquet haven't been able to really break off any of those big runs we're so used to seeing with Mike Pinapinto.
Well, Wellesley's been stacking the line, as we said, and so far it's worked. So far they've been able to get that good penetration up front and make those stops.
Double wing formation. This is a run formation for Wellesley. They go to this as an alternate to the spread sometime.
Yeah.
Saw this a lot last year with Chris Sarney.
Motion against Wellesley.
In fact, we almost saw this every single play last year in the Wellesley game for Chris Sarney and his offense, so no surprise to see this year with even more of a dual-threat quarterback in John Fadul.
I remember last year that Wellesley had a lot of trouble early in the game moving, and they went to this as a change-up and had great success moving the ball against Needham.
Absolutely. And the thing about it is Fadul, he could do a couple different things. He could do a little play action. He could hand the ball off. He could take it himself. So there's really, you've got a ton of options to use off of this offense as well as the spread offense as well. But now that's first down 15. We'll see if that changes up their play calling at all here.
And I can say I know the Fadul family, Jim Fadul, the dad. John's got 2,100 college boards, so he's a great athlete. He's also a very bright kid. His dad was the offensive coordinator with me back in youth football. Great offensive mind. John knows his way around football field.
Handoffs to Noonan, and he is brought down pretty quickly back at the original line of scrimmage. Try to get a number for you there. That looked like John Bernardin on the tackle. So some good running there on first down. It's going to bring up a 1st and 12.
Yeah.
So
second and 12.
2nd and 12, excuse me.
John's dad, Jim, he played wingback at Harvard University and was a high school legend back in Pennsylvania where he grew up. Robbie, you know this. He's coached an undefeated 5th grade Wellesley team that has qualified for the national championship down in Florida coming up in a couple of weeks.
And that's something you and I were talking about, Brendan. It's sort of just to bring this up quickly, but the youth programs of both these towns are very successful. I mean, I know Needham won a Super Bowl recently for youth, and Wellesley going to national. So these are sort of the futures of the program here. So it's good to see so much success out of these younger guys coming up.
Robbie, do we know if John Fadul's looking anywhere for college athletics?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I haven't heard anything about that.
I know he's being recruited by a lot of Division III schools. John, he's examining his options. I know Mikey Panapento on the other side of it has not committed to UMass as anticipated for lacrosse, and he is weighing his options. I think Mike is thinking a lot about going to maybe a postgraduate. There's been a lot of speculation about that. Of course, for both boys, for John, for Mike, for any player, you want them to make a decision that's going to make them as happy as they can. It's 4 years of their life, and I always remind parents of this. We all like the big stars and everything else. It's a kid going to school. Let the kid be happy.
Yeah,
Let
the
him do what he
academics
wants.
come first.
Right, absolutely. So, and it's a big decision, though. Like my daughter's going through it. It's a big decision for any kid if he's a ball player or not.
Dolan makes his first reception of the game. He's going to be brought down after about a 5 to 6 yard gain.
Short.
It's going to bring up a very manageable 3rd down. They are in 4-down territory.
It's a 3rd or 4th now.
Third down right now. Third down at about 2, it looks like.
Yeah. Jim's a very funny guy. Coached with him for a lot of years. It's funny because when John Fadul exited to go to Milton Academy, Ryan Charter was the guy that came in to replace him in the 7th and 8th grade. And I know those two texted about Mansfield during the playoffs.
Fadul keeps it. He's going to be very close. I think he may have got it.
Forward progress. I think it's going to give him the first out here.
Definitely. I think he got it. We'll say the spot. Well,
they've already signaled first down, so.
Chain gang gets moving, so that's first down for the Raiders.
And I know Ryan Charter and John Fadul both went to the same quarterback coach in the offseason for training. I got to say one thing about Jim Fadul. Very funny guy. You coach with him, but he was always the offensive coordinator, the head coach. But he always said, "I'm an artiste creating offense. I'm not an offensive coordinator."
Fadul lines up in the gun. He's got 2 receivers split out to each side, and then Noonan in the backfield. Fadul looking to pass, almost falls over. Oh, it's intercepted! That's a great play by Cliff Kirker with the interception.
Wow!
Absolutely jumped that ball. I was just about to say earlier, I'd like to see the Rocket defense try to be a little bit more ball hawks, and there Cliff Kirker is with a huge interception.
A huge play for Needham. Cliff Kirker coming up. They absolutely had to have something. It looked like Wellesley was going to go down and put this as a 3-score game. There was a flag there. That could be. And Cliff kind of flashed to the Needham Wellesley sideline.
Yeah, I was about.
He might have gotten unsportsmanlike.
Might be on the other side of the field. They're backing him up, so we'll see.
That could have been an unsportsmanlike conduct. But
yeah, Cliff's a little bit too much of a showman on that one. He's a funny kid. I don't think it's ever maliciously intended, but if that's the call.
Well, the Rocket offense, I haven't seen them back up really from where he intercepted the ball.
They backed up 5, a little bit.
It's still a first down, but they backed him up 5. Roquet tails, Seamus.
So a huge play that could really help turn the tide of the game for the Rockets. Charter looking to pass, has Elcock deep.
Got Mikey.
Elcock makes the catch on the sideline. Great pitch and catch between the two. We've seen them do it so many times before. That's a 20-yard gain for the Rockets, and the chains aren't rolling.
Yeah, they really need something on this drive. It's been all Wellesley so far, other than that first opening drive by Needham. Really need a score to get back in this one.
Well, especially coming off the turnover. If you're Needham, you really want to turn those points into, or the turnover into points. So.
Absolutely. Turnovers are killers. Wellesley's already cashed one in for 7 points, Robbie.
Charter lines up under center. Roque in the backfield. Walsh sent in motion. Roque gets the handoff, and he is going to be stuffed very close. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
And that's very tough for Needham if you cannot get good yardage. They're a power running team with that I formation. You cannot be taking negative plays or short plays. And the Wellesley defensive line is winning that battle up front right now. They have been through most of this first half. Just the Needham offensive line isn't getting the type of push that they need.
So 3:52 remaining here in the second quarter. The Raiders lead 14-0. Rockets looking to try to put some points up on the board before half. Wellesley will be receiving the kickoff at the start of the third quarter.
That's a good point, Seamus, is that they will be receiving to start the second half. So if you're Wellesley, if you can go up, up to 2 or 1 score here, that's pretty big for you, since you get the football to start the second half.
So Charter in the Rocket offense takes their second timeout. They have 1 remaining here in the half.
Actually, they get 5, Seamus, 5 in high school.
Oh, well, I was thinking pros.
Yeah. It's 3 everywhere else in the football universe. 5 in Massachusetts. I don't think that it's 3 in most other states.
Yeah, I watched plenty of professional football, so I just kind of assumed.
Well, they need a good play here.
Charter is going to line up in the gun. Walsh to his left. Aiden O'Connor split out wide, and on the opposite side will be Mike Elcock, the big target. O'Connor sent in motion. Charter looking to pass. It's Augie Cole over the middle. Great reception by Augie Cole, his first of the game, and that's going to be about a 4-yard pickup for the Rockets. It's going to bring up a very manageable third down. They are in 4-down territory as well.
Yeah, I think that was the design of that play, was to get some of the yardage. Hopefully, maybe Augie could get spring there.
So other than that interception from Charter, he's been very on target today, making some very good throws.
Yeah.
The interception, I also think he kind of had a man in his face and was just kind of throwing it up there, and the wind definitely didn't help at all.
Definitely. Right. And let's see if Wellesley can force a 4th down here. It's 3rd down, about 6. Let's see if they can make a play here.
Rockets. Charter looking to throw.
Oh, he's got a man chasing him.
He's got Elcock. Elcock makes the catch on the sideline.
Let's see if he gets rolled in bounds. He is. Beautiful play by Mikey Elcock. Huge play there for Needham. They had to have that one.
Elk Horndog really doing it for the Rockets right now. He has made all their big receptions, and he falls right over there into the dance team, which I'm sure he was happy about.
Yeah. Tough duty there, right?
Oh, yeah.
Forget sometimes, Seamus, you're a high school senior.
Yep, I am. I notice things like that.
Yeah.
Charter lines up under center. He's got Roque in motion. Hands off to Walsh. Walsh finally got some running room.
Beautiful.
Taken down. That's about a 9-yard gain. Some great power running there by Jack Walsh, finally getting his first hole to run through, and he capitalizes.
Yep, good. It's one of the few times Needham's opened up a good hole for him, Robbie.
So the Rocket offense has really got some rhythm right now, Brendan.
They got to cash this in. They were down there once before. That was a critical point in the game. Needham could have cashed in here. That last time here would be driving for the tying score.
Charter lines up under center again. It's going to be 2nd and 3. Ball on the Wellesley 18.
Roque.
Handoffs to Roque.
Get outside check.
Oh, Roque slips.
Field.
Tough footing on this field. But he's going to be very close to the first down marker. It's going to be short, 3rd and 1. Very manageable for the Rockets.
And obviously this is a grass field here at Wellesley. We're one of the only towns in the Bay State League that has still a grass field. But the carpeting with the rain yesterday, probably a little bit slick out there still, I'm sure. So tough footing out there on that play.
That's a good point, Robbie. Needham plays almost all of their games on the field turf. It's hard for the kids to kind of change directions. They're used to that reliable surface, which clearly that really hurt Jack Roque on that run.
I think Framingham's like the only other team in the Bay State League that has a grass field. All the others are turf, as far as I know. So, yeah, definitely.
I've heard rumors. Is Wellesley getting turf? I've heard rumors that they are in a few years.
Maybe it'd be news to me. I haven't heard anything about that, but I know that they're trying to constantly upgrade their fields. But it's tough. sometimes it's tough to get those things through. But I would hope so. I'd love to see turf field here. Don't get me wrong. It'd be a lot better for both Wellesley and their opponents as well.
Safer for the athletes.
I would like to point out to whoever the powers that be are in Wellesley that we've had field turf since 2007. So I would like to maybe mildly suggest that they get with the times. Not trying to pick on the Wellesley folks, but, you know.
I mean, it's fine. Needham's just better. What?
Yeah.
Obviously.
I'll pretend I didn't hear that, Seamus.
Charter hands the ball off to Rashawn.
Nice.
He looks like he's got the first down.
I don't think so.
No,
Seamus.
he got stopped in the backfield. He may have gone back to the line of scrimmage. He may not have gone back to the line of scrimmage.
He gained something. I just don't think he got the first down.
That spot's going to be close.
Yeah. In Mansfield, he would have had the first down because apparently when Needham ball carrier is running, their knees are on the ground, that's not recognized. So unfortunately,
we all know how Mike Penapinto feels about that.
Where are the Mansfield officials when you need them? Probably in Foxborough, scamming a game for them down there. Needham has really struggled in these short yardage situations.
So the Raiders have had tremendous success on fourth down today. The Rockets have not capitalized on one fourth down attempt. And the Rockets, if there's any time to score right now, they really would like to punch it in. So if they can get this first down, that would be huge.
With a minute 15 left in the half, you really want to you really need this first down here if you need them. You don't want to give Wellesley the football back.
Charter on the sneak.
He got it.
I think he got it.
I just want to quickly point out after that great play there by Ryan Charter, we've seen Rashawn Wise in there at tailback twice, and Jack Roquet, it did kind of look like he went down awkwardly on that grass at that last run, so I'm curious to see if he's hurt or if he's just on the sideline resting.
We'll see, but it's that Needham is looking for an answer in the running game, and they've got really three candidates. They've got Jack Roquet, they've got Jack Walsh, and they've got Rashawn Wise. They're all good backs. None of them are Mike Penapinto.
Need better hurry up a little bit here. We're under a minute to go here in the half. They got to work quickly
Look out,
here.
Charter.
Charter jumping off to
Lordy.
Rashawn has a little bit of trouble handling that one.
Well, in fairness to Rashawn, Charter was under great pressure from the Wellesley line.
Yeah.
And then Rashawn had to readjust his body. He had to turn all the way the other way. So very, very tough play for Rashawn to haul in. Tough pass for Charter.
Yeah, that play looked like it was didn't have a whole lot of likelihood of being successful there. So 46 seconds to go. Let's see if Wellesley can better but not break again here and keep Needham off the board as we head into halftime.
Ball on the 12-yard line of the Raiders. Rockets really need to punch one in now. Charter lines up in the eye. Rashawn in the backfield.
Look for Mikey Elcock on this. Shot to Mikey. Nope.
Quick handoff to Walsh.
Walsh,
flag on the play. Good job by Walsh. I really respect how he could have been bottled up immediately in the backfield, and he kept his feet moving. He got, maybe 2 or 3 yards.
Let's see who this penalty's against.
Probably against Needham at a line infraction.
Yep.
Illegal procedure. I think Wellesley might turn that down, not give him a play. Maybe, I don't know.
Coach Jesse Davis is discussing it with the official. I just want to say one thing, if I may. Jesse Davis, he came in here last year. Has really done a good job of, turning this program into a perennial contender, not only in the Bay State Harrogate, but also just in D2 South with the new playoff format. This will be their second straight year under him that they've gone above 500 after going 2-9 in Bill Tracy's last year. But I mean, this is a guy, he's a veteran of the program. He's an alumni. He's really.
I think he played college ball at Harvard too, didn't he?
No, he went to. He might have. I know.
I could be wrong about that.
I'm not sure, but he's just done a great job his first couple of years as the head coach after being a line coach and then defensive coordinator.
So the clock now within 30 seconds. It's going to bring up third in about 7 for the
They
Rockets.
did decline the penalty, so it is third down.
Didn't want to give him the extra play.
Alcock sent in motion to the wide side of the field. Look for him to be targeted.
Oh,
Charter having to roll out. Charter's got some room.
Run, Ryan. Look at that! Whoa!
Charter
Nice
makes
run
a
by
hurdle.
Charter.
They're going to have to call a timeout. Clock
Yeah,
within
they
5
got timeouts.
seconds.
They can do it.
Clock now down to 6 seconds.
Wow, that took a long time.
Charter, great running there. I haven't seen him do that before, but wow. Hurled it over a man.
Well, how many times we said Seamus today? Big fourth down play.
Really don't like saying it because I feel like Wellesley's really got the upper hand each time.
This could be the last play of the half, guys, with only 6 seconds left.
Probably will be, Robbie. Yep, probably will be. Unless you threw something very quick.
But it looks like they're going for it. They're not going to just try and put points up on the board. Needham's gonna go for the gold here.
I'm going to totally guess here, but Let's see what formation they come out. They'd like to run what's called an XY cross. The two tight ends from a two tight end set running across the field in a crisscross. Let's see if they get that formation. Nope, no, forget that, because Elcock split out to the right.
So Wellesley faithful getting on their feet now. They know this is a big play.
Timeout, Charter.
Charter
Timeout,
takes
Wellesley. Sorry, Wellesley, yeah.
Wellesley sees the formation and quickly calls a timeout, so we're going to have to wait a few seconds here to find out what the result of this next play will be, but definitely the most critical play right now of the first half.
By the way, I would like to point out that unlike over at Needham, you guys are in enemy territory right now. So
yeah,
it is. These Wellesley fans are being very, very boisterous the whole game so far, which is really good to see. It's always a great crowd
Huge
when
crowd
these guys get together. You got people lining all around the field. The stands are completely full. This is always just a great take. No matter what the records are, like we always say,
the oldest and best rivalry for no reason, Robbie. You're right about that. I think Needham Wellesley fans can agree they have the best rivalry.
All right, so the Wellesley D's back on the field. Rockets come out in a different formation.
All right, you got trips to the left. I'd look for something to the left here to Mikey Elcock.
Charter in shotgun. Rashawn Wise in motion. Fakes the handoff. Looking inside for Connor, and Aiden O'Connor is unable to come up with it. That's a turnover on downs and the end of the first half. So the Raiders will go into the locker room with a 14-0 lead. After a great drive by the Rockets, they were unable to put up points.
Very tough break for Needham there. Been a half of frustration for Needham. Haven't been able to.
So that's the end of the first half here at Honeywell Field. The Raiders have a 14-0 lead. We'll be back right after this short break for the start of the second half and some more football action here on Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving Day game between the Needham Rockets and the Wellesley Raiders. We're here for the start of the second half where Wellesley has a commanding 14-0 lead after some great play by quarterback John Fadul. Quickly to recap that first half, the Rockets started off great with a big pass connection from Ryan Charter to Mike Elcock all the way down to the Raider 10. The Raiders were able to force a fourth down stop and then march down the field for a John Fadul running touchdown into the end zone. They came back after a Rocket turnover and then he ran for another one. Charter, there was also 2 interceptions in that first half. Ryan Charter threw one to Jack Dolan, and then Cliff Kirker was able to pick one off, and the Rockets really marched down the field well with the last second drive. But before the half was able to end, Charter's pass went incomplete to Aiden O'Connor, and that's where we stand with a 14-0 Raider lead. Gentlemen, what do you think about that first half so far?
Well, I thought Wellesley just did a terrific job defensively, getting those stops on 3rd and 4th down when they needed to, and then, what else can you say about John Fadul, obviously? I mean, he really led the offense, helped lead the offense down the field on those 2 scoring drives. And scored both touchdowns too. So Wellesley's in the driver's seat right now, but like we've said, Needham's come back from a lot worse so far this season. So you can't count out Wellesley's got to finish the job here.
And from a Needham perspective, it's been so disappointing on those big 4th down plays. We don't get in front of the end zone. We don't get in down there at the goal line. Needham offense has really been searching for its identity without Mike B. If they had cashed in those 2 opportunities, we'd be looking at a tie game. Needham defense hasn't played bad if you consider how good Fadul and the offense is for Wellesley. Onside, won't go until the off.
Oh, it was touched. The Rockets get it.
Whoa. Did Wellesley touch it? Because that didn't go 10.
I think Wellesley touched it.
They're signaling Rocket ball.
Oh, no. They're signaling Wellesley ball.
Oh, now we got some confusion.
We got them signaling both ways.
We got one ref pointed one way, one ref pointed
the other. We got 2 going. Needham's got it, I think.
Well, hold on 1 second. Hold on. And we got one ref saying.
All right, now they're both going Needham ball. There's a lot of confusion.
I think this closest official may be signaling illegal touching against Needham. I could be wrong, because if Needham touches that ball before it goes 10, it's automatically Wellesley's ball.
Hold on, it's illegal touching against
illegal touching. Yeah, I thought that was the case.
Wellesley football.
So,
could you see that, Robbie or Seamus? Could you see what happened?
I honestly thought the Wellesley player hit the Needham player, but then the Wellesley player's arm, as he was trying to hit him, hit the ball.
I'm sorry? Right, I understand that. I understand it was illegal touching. That's what they signaled. I just couldn't see on the field what had happened. Being corrected by a Wellesley dad. I just honestly didn't know.
I honestly thought that Wellesley may have touched the ball there. For Coach Duffy out on the field right now pleading his case.
Well, I think the whole case is that if Wellesley touched it first, then Needham can recover.
Coach Duffy is furious right now.
That's another theme for Needham. We have not gotten a lot of breaks from the officials. Not saying this game. I want to re-rack the Mansfield argument again, but I'm sure maybe the guys in the truck know on the replay whether or not Needham touched that before Wellesley touched it.
Yeah, that's too bad. We don't have like we do over Needham. We don't have the replay capabilities up here.
Right. But I don't like to speculate because I didn't know.
Yeah, I could tell for sure. It looked like Wellesley may have touched the ball first there, but not 100% sure that. You at home will probably be seeing.
And they'll know. I'm sure the replay will show who touched it first.
Fadul looking to throw.
Incomplete.
Wind kind of looked like it took that one a little bit.
Yep.
Number 11, John Wilson, the captain, wasn't able to make the reception, so it's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 on the 44-yard line. Excuse me, on the 50-yard line for the Raiders.
Robbie, the key point there, I think we're both in agreement. The ball clearly didn't go 10 yards.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Needham couldn't recover it before 10. The only way they can recover it is if Wellesley touched it.
Right.
And I think that was what Coach Duffy was arguing.
Well, I think one of the officials actually pointed that Needham had that is in fact what had happened. But
Needham came up with the ball, but whether or not it was a legal recovery is the big question.
Fadul in the gun. Wilson sent in motion. Fadul gets a snap, rolling out, looking to pass. He might try to take the space.
Look out, he's got roll back here.
Fadul's got some
great
wheels.
speed, Fadul.
Bernard does a good job in pursuit, takes him down. That run could have gone for even more, but that's a first down run for John Fadul of about 15 yards, and the Raider offense is once again rolling.
And that's what you have to look out for with him. I mean, anytime we've seen that a couple times this season. I have watched covering these games. He can roll out to that other side and just keep the ball and picks up 10, 15 yards. So
he's got great presence in the pocket. He looked, there was nothing there. Then he's got the speed and the athleticism to make something out of nothing. A lot like Flutie, a power Flutie. Not like Flutie on the elusiveness stage, but certainly a faster and more powerful runner. Flag down.
Probably a false start against Wellesley, I would think.
Yep. False start, Wellesley. And again, these big plays not going Needham's way. Most of the time it's the Wellesley defense making the play versus the Needham offense on those big 4th down plays. That play right there, obviously a close call. We didn't see the benefit of it. If it was a bad call against him, that's a very tough break for Needham.
And I will say this, over the last couple of years with the Needham victories, the big play has been a key part of Needham being successful.
Going the other way.
Yeah, going the other way. And now this year,
absolutely.
And obviously, again, with Mike Penapento not out there, it's a completely different story. But however, right now you're right. The big plays are going Wellesley's way.
Noonan with the carry.
Tough run by Noonan.
Hauled down from behind by John Bernard for his 2nd tackle in a row. That's some good power running right there of about 5 yards for the Raiders. That's going to bring up a very manageable 2nd down situation.
Noonan's a strong back, too.
He is.
So even if Fadul doesn't keep, if you head off to Noonan, he's one of those other guys that can turn the feet and really.
Definitely a north and south runner. Gave a great stiff arm there, Robbie, on the sideline. Now, is he a junior or a senior? He's a junior, I think.
Noonan is a junior, so he'll be back for one more year.
I remember 2 years ago when my son was a freshman. It was a great freshman football game, but Noonan won the game. He was the star of the game for Wellesley. Very tight battle, like 14-8, I think Wellesley won. Noonan was the star player for Wellesley that day.
Fadul's going to line up in the gun. He's got 3 receivers split out to his left, Noonan to his right. And he's going to look to throw. Quick screen over to Jama, and he's taken down and hit hard out of bounds by Rashawn Wise.
And also Trevor Schofield, number 22 there, in on the coverage there for Needham at right corner. Trevor's going to be a name you're going to hear the next 2 years at Needham High. He's only a sophomore. One of 3 sophomores starting for Needham's defense. They're going to be big players in the team next year.
Well, the one thing I'd like to point out is that both Wellesley and Needham will be losing some talent this year. Because Wellesley's going to be losing Fadul, Jama, John Wilson, Needham, Penapento, Charter, Elcock.
Right.
So
some very, very big star-studded lineups that they won't be here next year.
Yeah.
Handoff.
Fadul pulls it.
Fadul keeps
Look out.
Nice block there by Porter, who's just standing over
Good
Rashawn
tackle,
Wise.
Cliff Kirker. Only guy home backside. That's a lot for Cliff Kirker to take on. John Fadul coming down on him.
And that play happened simply because number 18, the 6'1", 180-pound receiver, Alex Porter, completely leveled Rashawn Wise and opened up a big gap for Fadul.
Yeah, you're
and then
absolutely
Kirker
right.
did a great job recovering there for the Rockets.
I wasn't very confident for Needham that was going to work out well. Great play by Cliff, bringing down John by himself.
Here's the interesting thing about Wellesley offensively today is they're actually going a lot out of the huddle, but in past what's sort of been the thing about this.
No huddle from line of scrimmage. Yeah. Very good point,
Robbie.
Robbie.
Play at the line, but now today they're going a lot out of the huddle. I don't know if that's.
Well, at this point, up 2 scores, I think, but they've been doing it all day, that they want to control the clock and the ball against Needham. Look out.
Fadul on the keeper.
Oh, Mike Manigault.
And he's brought down quickly by Mike Manigault. And that's going to bring up a 4th down situation.
Third.
Told my daughter Mike Manigault had a starring role in the senior pep rally video.
Oh, he did, and it was very funny. We had preacher Mike Manigault singing some gospel music. It was very funny.
I believe he actually is a gospel singer, isn't he, in his church or something? I think that's what my daughter said.
I'm not sure, but if he is, that would make sense.
Yeah, because my daughter said he was a very good singer, and they brought a bunch of the theater people in.
Now, here's the thing about that play is that pocket collapsed pretty quickly around Fadul, but he was actually able to pick up a couple yards out of the play, which sort of shows his elusiveness and toughness.
Physically tough and
not
fast.
be taken down the backfield there.
Fadul looking to pass.
Look out. Look out. They got him. Oh, big play.
Huge sack by Rocket defense. Tom Baker getting some great penetration.
Jogo, too, in there.
Backfield.
58, Joe Goetzky, and number 74, Evan Turner, also in there.
There was a party in the backfield, and all the defensive linemen were in on it.
That's a huge play right there for the defense to be able to get that sack and force the 4th down. You know, there was really nothing Fadul could do there because he had about 3 defenders right on that.
No chance for John. No chance
for him to get away. Now, here's an interesting call. Like I said, Fadul, a lot of times when they punt the ball, will sort of do have a pooch play here. So you wonder if they might try and pin them deep here.
I've seen that on tape lots of times. Fadul will just come out in that spread shotgun look.
And we'll just kick them away.
But they'll keep the defense guessing to the last second, and then Fadul just pooch punted.
Wellesley opts to take a timeout right now, so they're definitely going to be talking about that. 9:10 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Wellesley on top, 14-0.
Now here's the only thing that has hurt Wellesley this year is a couple times that kick has been blocked because, you know, I know the Mansfield game, watching the tape of that, they did block one of those pooch punts. So you really got to get good protection here on Fadul to allow him to get that kick away because it's a lot of the balls he kicks are very low, sort of into the line.
The freshman and JV football teams for Wellesley High School.
So Wellesley still talking over what they're going to do. Very interesting call.
4th down and 20, so I'd be very surprised if they decide to
I wouldn't be surprised if they went for it, especially with how dynamic the offense has been. You know,
and Fadul's got a cannon, so he could reach the end zone. That's not an issue.
We've seen plenty of 20-yard plays for them. This is definitely very manageable.
The other thought was, though, that Needham's been struggling to move the ball. You might want to punt and have him go long field. Like you said, Robbie, let's see if Fadul just punts this anyway or he runs the play.
He's back far enough where I think
he's walking up now.
He can still punt it.
He's going to throw.
He's going to throw.
Wow.
Look out. Look
nice
out.
Block.
Throws across the field.
Oh, Lordy. Short. They got him short, I think. Great play.
Luckily,
Trevor Schofield.
Dolan slipped. He definitely would have had that 1st down, but he slipped and fell, and Rashawn just put him on his back.
And how about the sophomore, number 22, Trevor Schofield, making a big play. That'll ask a lot of Trevor the last 2 weeks to be thrown in there.
And I think Dolan there, I think he got his feet caught on the carpet there because he looked like he might have a little bit of room there to run, but I think he got tripped up a little bit there by the field there. So Needham gets the ball back. So good stop by the Rockets.
Charter's going to be in the eye. Elcock split out wide to his left. O'Connor wide to his right. You got Roque in the backfield and Ryan Walsh sent in motion. Charter looking to pass, looking for Jack Walsh. Has him, just throws it out of bounds.
Yeah, it's been just a tough search for offense for Needham, as they just continue to struggle here. trying to find something that can consistently work, Robbie.
Yeah, and Wellesley's getting good pressure. They had about 3 men in the backfield there, and Chara was sort of forced to maybe not get rid of it, maybe a little bit quicker than I'm sure he would have liked to. But good pursuit by the Wellesley defensive front. It's able to sort of force the action there, force the incompletion.
Yeah.
For Needham at their own 18-yard line.
Need a positive yardage play here.
Charter in the gun. Walsh to his right.
Counter tray.
Handoff is to Walsh. Walsh still on his feet. It's going to get 2 or 3 yards. It's going to bring up a tough third down situation, and they are absolutely not in 4-down territory.
No, and that was a counter tray there. They pulled the right side guard and tackle, Zach Cole and Cody Musgrove, and they try to lead him up to the left there. Wellesley line did a good job of holding it.
Got a front line right now of number 55.
I gotta think that they might go to the air here. 3rd down and 7. I don't know.
Oh, definitely. I would say I'll be shocked if they run it, Robbie. Yep.
Definite passing down here for the Rockets.
Elcock is barely being covered right now, too.
He goes in motion.
Charter
roll.
Look out, pressure. Oh. And you pointed out, Robbie, he just didn't have time to set his feet and deliver that ball with any authority. That was the rush.
Brian, I think that was Brian Pedersen who was in there, sort of one of the players I sort of spotlighted on defense for Wellesley. He was right on Charter on that one. Forcing Charter to get rid of the ball a little bit earlier than I'm sure he would have liked to. And now Needham not taking any chances right now. They're going to put the football away.
Nothing else to do here.
And Wellesley's got 2 dynamic returners with Dolan and Jama both back, who are both very good runners. So we'll see if
Jama's got great speed.
Augie's first punch of the game is a booming one. Dolan's going to be there to return it, catches it,
slips on that mud.
And brought down immediately. Will Sumner there on the tackle. So the Rockets are able to prevent Wellesley from getting that great of field position. Still in not bad territory, though.
And now that we're seeing sort of the sun is sort of glowing right down the middle of the field.
It looks like warming up and getting muddier.
It's very muddy out there with the rain, all the rain we had yesterday. Obviously, grass fields don't hold it as well as turf fields do. And that carpet is definitely slick. And you saw there Dolan had a really hard time getting his footing there and couldn't really make anything out of that.
And just, totally my observation, but so many teams have field turf now. And I felt this was true when Needham played at Framingham, that the kids almost, it's a hard time for them to adjust going back to playing on natural turf. And this would be a tough surface for anybody.
Handoff there.
Flag down.
Schofield runs him out of bounds. That was number 24, 22, Miles Cole on the run.
Yeah, hold against Wellesley. That'll back him up.
That's going to drive a coach crazy. Anytime you get a nice run and you have it called back because of a hold, that can't make Coach Davis too happy right there.
Right, but the point you were making about them not huddling, Robbie, I mean, at this point, Wellesley's in total control of the game. They want to come out, run offense, burn clock, and really shrink down the number of possessions Needham has.
Oh, absolutely. There's no question about it. They're sort of going with a purpose right now. They're trying to control the game, control the field possession battle, and it's working right now. They have the momentum, and let's see if they can make something out of this first down at 20 here. It'd be nice if they could put another nice drive here together, put some more points up on the board.
Fadul back to pass.
A lot of time.
Fadul throws a dart to Dolan, and that's completed.
And like you said, Seamus, a dart because Carter Christensen was standing right next to him. Carter had good coverage. Fadul just defeats it by throwing a laser right in there and right on the money. If he throws that 1 feet to the Needham side, Carter would have picked it off. And that's, I talked about Fadul being a great, accurate, powerful pocket passer. That's, and I've seen Flutie, and Flutie's phenomenal. And he'll get that touch, missed a touchdown in my view. And this is not in any offense because he's a great player. It's that, Troy can't make that throw that John just made.
No, absolutely not. John could just do
Whoa, look out. Oh, James Oliveira just missed him. Carter's now, wow.
That's going to be close to first down. I don't think he got it. It's going to bring up third down.
Few yards short.
The Italian stallion, James Tosi, had some great penetration in the backfield, but was unable to bring him down. That could have been a huge turn of events for the Rockets.
Now here's another situation. Do you pooch kick it away or maybe it's third?
It's third. Yeah, it's third.
Down. Sorry.
Hopefully, as a Needham fan, they will poach on third down.
With that holding penalty,
Don't think they will though.
Yeah, that holding penalty kind of screwed me up in terms of down. So no, it's third down right now.
Might see a sneak from Fadul out all that mud. I don't know if I'd trust it.
You see just that. Fadul immediately brought down.
I think he's got it. I think he's got it.
No, I think he's a little bit short.
It's going to be close. Wouldn't be surprised to see if the chain gang comes out.
Oh, I don't know though. They're stopping the clock. So
He's got it by that spot. No, he's got it. Look at that spot. He didn't have to get, you know what I mean?
Down. Yep.
Right behind the line of scrimmage.
It looked like he was stopped, but I guess he was able to punch ahead just enough to get the yards he needed. So good job by Wellesley. They're able to move the chains, keep this drive alive.
So Wellesley is in Rocket territory with 5:20 remaining here in the third quarter. They're on top 14-0.
If the Raiders can put some points up here, it'd be big.
It'd be a huge hill.
Make it a 3-score game.
Needham's got to keep it on a 2-score basis.
More than halfway.
That's Baker.
Fadul's slipping around everywhere. Throws a dart down the sideline to nobody.
Any chance we can send some of these clips to the Wellesley town officials and say, field, turf, boys?
I'll be right. Yeah, let's see if we can put something together. But yeah, this it is slick conditions out there right now.
I don't want to get really too off topic here, but that can be dangerous for an athlete. With all the cutting you do in football.
Right.
You saw it last year with RG3.
Yeah.
I mean.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Right. And you can see players both sides, like you were saying, Robbie. As the sun has come up here, that is heated up a little bit, and that's kind of got it muddy. And all the players are slipping now.
The footing is a big issue right now for Wellesley, especially.
John Fadul back to pass.
Fadul's pass is batted down at the line of scrimmage by number 73, Tom Baker, the super sophomore. He's done a great job for this Rocket team all year long.
And he had Dolan out there.
Yep.
But that pass, you're right, it was deflected. Good job of getting a hand up there and knocking that ball down, forcing now a third down and 10. So I'm assuming if you're Wellesley here, you gotta think they're going to the air here. Although Fadul's run for longer runs before, so.
And again, you can take the 2-down approach to it, Robbie.
Yeah.
You know, if you decide you're going to go on fourth, you only have to get 5 or 6 here, make it more manageable.
Fadul's going to line up in the gun. He's got Noonan to his left. 3rd and 10. Fadul back to pass.
It's intercepted by
Mike Manigault up off the ground and picks it off for the Rockets. Fadul's second interception of the game, and the Rockets have possession.
Wow, what a play.
And, you know, I got to say, Robbie, what happened is Mike Manigault lost his footing there, went down. When Fadul went to throw the ball, Manigault was down, and Manigault scrambled to his feet and made a spectacular play.
It was right place, right time there for Manigault because Fadul was trying to dump off the screen.
Yeah, screen,
to Noonan, I believe, and Manigault was right there, read it perfectly, and was able to come up with the pick. Big play here for Noonan, but we said all day, they got to turn it in. Something they want to get back into this game.
Mike Manigault making the play for the Rockets.
Needham offense has to be able to run the ball. They haven't been able to do it.
Jack Walsh trying to find some inside room. That looks like a face mask, I'm not going to lie.
I think he was a little bit below the face mask. But, again, that Wellesley defensive front just not giving them any room.
Needham is always a power running team. They've been a great power running team all year. And I'm sure Needham players and coaches have got to be disappointed. Mikey P or no, they really haven't been able to run the ball at all.
Well, it all starts with the line.
Well, it's been a great line all year. They haven't. I'm just saying it has been a great line all year. And I'm sure they're disappointed they haven't been able to run the ball.
And it can't help with their footing right now. I'm not going to lie.
No, that doesn't help.
But Wellesley's stacking the box. You see, they got
that's the other
6 or
thing.
7
That's
guys
the
out
other
there
thing
right now.
Handoffs to Roque.
Outside check. There we go. There's a good run play.
Roque is going to be brought down. Pretty good game there on 2nd down. They'll bring up a very manageable 3rd down situation, and they are in 4-down territory.
That time he had the room and he had the blocking in front of him to get a pretty decent gate, 6 or 7 yard gate on the play, which was good. So let's see. Let's see now. 3rd and 4. Do you think they'll run the ball? Or do you think?
I'd run it. I'd try that same play or some straight off tackle play. That looked good.
3:30 remaining here in the third. Rockets still trail by 2 touchdowns.
Blitz coming in. Got fumbled snap.
Charter botches the snap.
Wellesley's got it, I think. Yep.
Wellesley does have it.
Oh, Lordy.
Not what you needed. Not what you needed whatsoever. Just couldn't handle the snap. There was Charter, and Wellesley just pounced on that one. That's another big mistake for Needham. Just not able to convert.
Yeah. 2nd turnover of the day for Needham. Wellesley's got 2, so turnover battle is tied. But obviously Needham couldn't turn the ball over there.
If there's any time you wanted to really capitalize off a turnover, it was right there. And
yeah.
It's really tough to see them botch a snap like that.
All right, now let's see if Wellesley this time can get something going and try and they've already put 7 points up off a turnover before. Let's see if they can add to that.
Fadul going to keep it himself, and he's quickly met by Sean Wise. Some good tackling there. They blew the whistle a little prematurely, but nevertheless.
Forward progress may give him a couple of yards on that, but that was good job stacking up that line by the Needham defense. Good containment right there.
But Wellesley's going to probably play somewhat conservatively here, given the fact that their defense has really been standing up all day, and they really want to possess the ball as much as score.
Now, I got to be honest with you guys, not having seen Needham at all this year, I'm really surprised they don't have any points up on the board. I know Pento's not playing, but I mean with the...
No, they were down there twice. They were down there twice, and they couldn't get it in. It's been a disappointing game, even without Pinto.
John Fadul back to pass.
Fadul looking deep.
Oh, he's got
a man. Look out.
Oh, and it's just out of the reach of Zama.
Zama wanted that one.
Yeah.
He's frustrated with himself. He laid out for that one, and maybe a little bit too far overthrown there,
right.
A little bit too far in front of him. But good effort though there by Zama to try and get to that one because he had a beat on it. He had the room if he had been able to make the catch. He had the separation.
Trevor Schofield, number 22, there in coverage at safety for Needham.
They might try that. They might try sort of a mini deep ball again here, 3rd down and long. We'll see. We'll see what.
3rd and 9, ball on the 42-yard line of the Raiders. 2:34 remaining in the third.
We'll see what offensive coordinator Jim Wilcon likes to draw up here.
Fadul looking to pass.
Right there, he's got a man. 1st down.
John Wilson with a good completion there.
Big 1st down for Wellesley.
He was wide open there over the middle. There was nobody really around him on that one. So a pretty easy pass and catch there from Fadul to Wilson.
Yeah, just a little hitch pattern there, 10 yards down and back. Big 1st down, too. It'll keep the clock moving. They're probably getting towards the end of the 3rd quarter here. I can't really see. What's that left?
2 minutes.
2 minutes to go in the 3rd.
And I don't think, going back to my previous point, I don't think any of the experts I was reading were saying this might be like a 31-28 or 35-31 game. I don't know if anybody really expected.
Whoa.
Noonan's immediately met hard in the backfield by a slew of Rocket defenders. It's going to send them back. Clock still rolling now within 1:30 of the third.
Carter Christensen in there from linebacker. Carter's had a great senior year. Yeah, but I don't think a lot of those guys realized that Pinto was going to play today.
But even then, I don't think anybody really expected him to be shut out for almost 3 quarters of football. This is surprising. I think even the crowd here, how well that Wellesley defense has stopped the run and how they've sort of bended but not broken so far, even when Needham's gotten the ball deep into their territory. It all started the first drive of the game. Needham's down inside the 10-yard line, and Wellesley
Needham's had 2 chances to score, and they couldn't cash them in. Look out, blitz coming.
Carter Christensen.
They got him. Right play by Carter.
Oh, wow.
Wow, Settle it. That's Joe Gillespie. He's got it. Look at me, Joe. Give me a touchdown.
Joe Gillespie is in.
Wow.
It looked like Fadul tried to throw it at the last second to one of his players. I think John would like to have that one back. Wow.
I completely
the question is, was his knee on the ground?
Well, you say that, Seamus. I thought he was down. Yeah,
I did too, but what? The refs aren't signaling for anything, and I'm not about to tell them to.
Right.
And what a turn of events here. The Rocket defense, John, is that an interception or a fumble?
That's an interception. Yeah, it's an interception.
So John Fadul with his 3rd interception of the game, and the Rockets put 7 on the board. Joe Gowetzky?
Joe Gowetzky, number 58, one of the linebackers, Seamus.
Joe Gowetzky showing some wheels getting down the sideline.
He's a sophomore, too. You'll be hearing a lot about Joe Gowetzky in the next couple of years. He's had a great year starting as a sophomore at linebacker.
That could be a huge play right there. Now it's just back to a 1-score game, and now Needham looks like they may have turned some of the momentum here in their favor.
And
no
good.
Wow. No good.
That's a big miss. Big miss.
I will say this. I don't know what Fadul was thinking. I think in that situation, you might just want to take the sack instead of trying to, get rid of the football at the last second, especially when you're surrounded like that.
I'm sure John saw a Wellesley guy he was throwing the ball for, and he shares that trait with Troy Flutie. He tries to make every play. He's a great player. He can make. That's one. I mean, even John will tell you, I'm sure, that was one he should have held on to.
I was actually about to go ballistic there for Carter Christensen because he's literally since preseason been talking about getting a sack in the Wellesley game and going nuts. And right before he gets it, Fadul throws it away and it's intercepted.
Yeah.
All right, well, this is big. Needham now, they got the points up on the board, and now if you're Wellesley, you get the football back, obviously, because it was a Needham touchdown, but this is a huge drive for both Wellesley, wanting to bounce right back. But also Needham, if you can get a stop here, then the momentum's on your shoulders. You got a chance to go down and tie the game potentially on the next drive.
Yeah.
So now if you're Needham here, do you try one of those onside kicks?
No, I'd kick it away and play some D here. Their defense is playing well.
Something to be quickly aware of. The footing is very, very bad, so you don't be surprised to see Augie Cole slip.
Ball went down.
The ball slipped. Big turn of events here, though, Joe. I mean, that was a huge play. Again, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know why Fadul tried to get rid of that, but regardless, it's now 14-6 ball game.
Augie's got a pretty strong leg. I don't know if they'll do that power squib. What they got here? Yeah, they can do that power looper. Fair catch signaled by Wellesley. You can do that if the ball's coming right to you in the kickoff.
And now Wellesley's actually going to get pretty good field position here.
Yep.
So let's see if that affects this drive here. Obviously, if you're Wellesley, you might want to run a play or two and then get to the fourth quarter. Regroup a little bit here. But you definitely have good field position where you have some options.
I'll tell you, I've coached John Fadul. I know how he thinks. Nobody feels worse about that turnover. There's also nobody more dangerous than Fadul after he's made a bad play.
I'm sure he wants.
There's a little anger
right
between
back.
the ears right now, and I wouldn't be surprised if Fadul can make a play here. As a Needham fan, I hope John doesn't.
That's all good. I hope he does.
As someone who's coached him, I know how the kid. He's hyper competitive. He always thinks he can make a play.
And he can make a play.
He's made about $8 million in his lifetime.
Fadul going deep.
He's got Jama.
Jama.
Wow.
Second pass that Jama's been inches away from catching.
Jama might have wanted a flag there, but again, I think that was just a ball that was maybe a couple inches overthrown there.
Yeah.
Jama had
both hands on it.
Fingertips.
Not trying to beat anybody up here, but I thought Matt should have pulled that one in for Wellesley.
Tough break. I mean, they have the openings there to complete that deep ball, but they just can't seem to hook up here.
Well, Needham's dodged a couple of bullets the last 2 times I run that because the play was there and they all but completed it.
45 seconds remaining here in the third. Fadul in the gun, gets the snap, going to keep it.
Oh, look at this.
Come on, Johnny.
Look out, look out.
Oh, we got a
flag late. I don't know who that's on.
Might be
it was away from the play.
Rashawn Wise brings him down.
2 players getting into it. Let's see.
That might be a hold there against
if it does, it'll be
Wellesley.
Holding,
Yep.
And unfortunately for Wellesley, Robbie, that was away from the play.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
On the other side of where he ran.
And sometimes players get into it, and it's like they're not even involved in the play. So a very tough break for Wellesley, huge break for Needham.
He had the first down, too.
He did.
Had a 15-yard pickup on
and it may have been a hold, but it had nothing to do with the run. It was about 20 yards away from the run.
So now I think this is a situation where you may have to look deep here now that it's second down at probably about 14, 15, because I think it's going to be 10 yards from the spot of the foul, so it won't be second down and 20. But so
Well, is it me too? Since now maybe I'm wrong. Needham seemed to suffer at a bad call on that kickoff, but then it appeared Fadul was down on the interception. Maybe again I'm wrong. And then Needham just got the benefit of a hold there on a play where the player was 30 yards away.
We'll have to go home tonight and watch those replays very carefully.
Well, my greater point was maybe the officials thought they made a bad call against Needham.
Little makeup
and a couple of makeups. So look out, Fadul.
Fadul got some good speed outside the pocket.
First down.
First down, and that's going to be the end of the third quarter unless they, for some reason, stop the clock.
They're not going to snap the ball here with 4 seconds. I think they'll just run it down. But what a run there by Fadul. He just gave himself a lot of room there on the outside, and he was able to take it and push ahead beyond that first down marker. Great
and you can see the great speed. Everybody, you look at the kid, and he's powerfully built. I don't think people don't really realize how fast John Fadul is. He is very fast.
All right, well, 1 quarter to go here, guys.
In the third quarter with the score, your Wellesley Raiders 14, the Needham Rockets 6.
And it wouldn't be a Wellesley Needham game if it wasn't close heading to the fourth quarter. Anybody's ball game right now. So we'll see how Wellesley caps off this drive. If you're Needham with just 1 quarter to go, you really need to step back and get a stop here. You can't afford to go down 2 scores.
That was a huge play by Fadul there to keep the game under control and to pick up a first down. So,
well, if you're Wellesley, you could run some pretty good time here off the clock to start this fourth quarter if you're able to, because the ball's still at the 48-yard line here. So, you definitely you got a shot.
It's probably a good time for everybody to reflect on how really terrific. Great we have it here in these 2 towns.
Yeah, I mean, growing up in Wellesley, being a Wellesley High alum, obviously, you grow up with the rivalry, and it's a really special rivalry, but it's also one that, it's a lot of respect between the 2 towns, between the 2 teams. No, you don't see a lot of cheap plays or stuff like that. It's really a great rivalry. Absolutely, Brendan.
So that run was quickly snuffed out in the backfield by number 74, and then Carter Christensen as well. I believe who's 74? Evan Turner?
Evan Turner, senior, yep.
Loss of 2 on the play, second down and 12.
Second down and 12 for the Raiders. Ball on the 50-yard line.
Fadul on a keeper.
Quarterback keeper.
Wow.
Fadul gets upended by Mike Elcock before the first down marker, so that's going to bring up a third down situation. They are in 4-down territory.
But again, Fadul had a little hole to run there and made it work. He
power runner with great speed. He runs low. He's muscular. He runs fast.
Fadul again. He's going to keep it.
Same thing.
Gets upended again, this time by Evan Turner.
First down.
I don't know. This one might be close.
No, he got it.
Signaling for us, Nothing fancy about this. This is we're going to run power. We're going to run power right behind our line. And, the guy coming behind us is as big as his lineman and a lot faster.
Move those chains, gang. That's a Wellesley Raider.
And going back to a point we keep reiterating is that Wellesley, even though they've only scored 14 points, they've really done a good job of sort of controlling the game, controlling the clock, and now – only 10 minutes left in regulation here. They're really doing a good job of holding on to the ball and not letting that Needham offense back on the field.
And for the most part, they've controlled it on the ground with Fadul.
Fadul is going to line up under center. Noonan's in motion. He gets the pitch.
Big hole.
Fadul out in front blocking.
Yeah. And it's almost like a changeup they threw at the Needham defense there, where everybody's been keying on Fadul and all those run plays, and then they put Noonan in motion and ran that little toss to him.
That's the first time we've seen that this game, and you're right. I mean, I don't think Needham was expecting a play like that. Noonan had the blocking up in front of him and was able to bowl ahead for the first down.
It's a counter, look out!
Noonan's got a lot of room.
Yeah.
Good tackle by Mike Elcock.
And they ran the next related play. They faked the toss and then brought it back the other way. And the Needham defense has been hit with so much power, so much Fadul. They're running stuff off of that.
They're not expecting it. They're not.
No, and they haven't seen it.
Yeah. Wellesley's thrown everything they can at this Needham defense right now, and so far it's working.
Well, I think in Wellesley's eyes, this may be the key drive where they feel like they can put a stranglehold on the game if they can finish it off.
And Rashawn Wise just went limping off the field for Needham.
Yeah,
so that
that's
might be,
senior captain linebacker.
That's going to be a
good.
tough injury for
Okay.
if he can't return for that Needham defense. By the way, guys, while we have him on, I just wanted to get your take from a. I know I have an opinion, but after 1 year, showed this new playoff format in the state. It's been kind of exciting to watch. You know, some
Get
of
to it
matches.
after this play, Robbie. It's a great
definitely.
question, but let's see what happens on this drive. Toss.
Dolan's going to take the toss.
Oh, it's got room to the outside.
Elcock again is there and meets him and tackles him. Some good running again by Raiders. They are really moving the ball well right now, and they are also moving the clock, which is now at 8:50.
Love to answer that question, Robbie. I have some strong feelings about it, but really want to keep focused on this drive. Maybe when we get a break,
When we get a timeout, we could.
yeah,
we
I
could
can.
discuss that.
I have a lot of thoughts on that. It's definitely different, and it's definitely been different. The coaching staffs, the players, the fans, for everybody to deal with.
I do know Needham voted against it when it originally
Right.
came. I don't know how Wellesley voted, but I
Right.
do know Needham voted against it.
And they got that double wing. This should be a power run out of that double wing set. Toss. That looks like a touchdown.
He's there.
It is.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the Raiders go up 20-6 with 8:16 remaining here in the fourth quarter, and that drive was a lot of power running from the Raiders, and they really just took a commanding stance and just went straight north-south and punched it in the end zone.
And that's a big score for Wellesley, not only because they bounced right back after Needham got the interception return, but also with only 8:16 left in the game,
Yep.
the way Needham,
Huge,
I keep
huge
saying
score.
it, the way
Yeah.
Needham's offense has been going, two-score game, it's going to be very tough for Needham to come back from. Not saying they can't do it, obviously, but the way
Based on
Wellesley's
what's
defense
happened
been
so
playing,
far,
yeah.
Robbie, yeah. Oh, block!
Oh.
James Tosi.
James Tosi, look, could run it in. That could still go. Wow! What a break. Well, doesn't look like it's Needham's day when you see something like that happen.
Yeah, the Italian stallion James Tosi made a great play, but then forgot to pick up the ball, which was live.
Right, and if the ball had gone past the line of scrimmage,
yeah,
the
you're
ball would be dead, but it was not past the line of scrimmage, so it's still a live ball for Wellesley to make a play on.
And
Great play by, I believe it was 7.
Was it Dolan?
James Dolan making
Jack
the
Dolan,
play.
yeah.
Great play by Dolan.
But just a great break there for Wellesley, being able to get that 2-point conversion out of the block kick.
To me, the story of the game, Robbie, the Wellesley defense has been very, very good. The Wellesley offense has really run the ball far more than they ever do. And the Needham's done a great job of denying them the pass. But, Wellesley has given up a lot of yardage this year and a lot of points. This game right now, it's the Wellesley defense winning over the Needham offense. I think if you ask Coach Duff, you hold them to 22 through 3.5 quarters, how do you like your chances? Normally you'd say, well, I like my chances.
But when you've scored 6
Right.
points.
Well, obviously not. So I'm merely pointing out
yeah,
that
absolutely.
Needham has been searching for offense, and they have been able to find it. And even the Needham defense, they've given up 22, but part of that has got to go to the offense because they haven't kept their defense off the field at all. It's the Wellesley offense on the field all the time.
And you're right. This Wellesley defense, they've let up about 29 points per game so far this season. So the fact that they've held a team like Needham, who's got a pretty explosive offense, to only 6 points, is extremely impressive. So
Wellesley defense has played tremendous.
You got to throw a lot of credit, to the players, but also the coaches as well.
Yep.
They've figured out a way to stifle this Needham offense, especially that running game. They've just done a tremendous job.
Kicked around there by Needham. No, we didn't need that. Oh, Lord, Jack Balls picks it up late. I think they're blowing it dead.
I think his knee been down.
Yeah, he's already down, or whoever had it. Yep.
Walsh is down.
Clock now all the way to 8 minutes.
I'd like to talk about this new playoff format. The playoffs are great and exciting, but what has happened here to Needham in the playoffs, and you're kind of seeing the after effects, in my view, is they had a very emotional loss down in Mansfield. They had a great regular season, lost a brutally difficult game down in Mansfield. I'll get back to that after this play. We're going to go no huddle offense here now for Needham.
You got it.
Yeah, they got no choice. They're down. They need scores.
You really got to move with a sense of urgency.
Charter in the gun. Augie Cole sent in motion. Charter pump fakes, rolls out of the pocket. He's being pressured. Throws it deep down the
Nothing
sideline.
doing.
Nobody there. Didn't have really enough time to set his feet because Elcock was in one-on-one coverage with Matt DeZama.
I will say that Ryan Charter's been very good when they've gone to the no huddle when they've been forced into these situations. First week against Westwood, late in that Mansfield game. But getting back to the playoff system, although Needham's going to go for the huddle. They're going to go no huddle. We'll shelve that. We can talk about that later, Robbie. We'll talk about that later. Let's call the game. That's what we're here for, right?
Yeah.
Charter once again in the gun. He's got Walsh to his left. Madsen has made his return to the game. Charter.
No time. Look out. Jailbreak.
Throws it away. Smart play by Charter just to get rid of that ball. He has 0 time to throw.
Yeah. And the Wellesley defensive line, they know now that they've got to throw every down, and they're coming with some pressure. And you've got no tight end in the game now when you go 4 wide.
One of the last 2 times, I think Charter Moore was just trying to throw the ball away
Right.
these last couple of times because
He hasn't had anybody open, right?
Some serious pressure, good coverage, but
Right.
also good pursuit by that Wellesley defensive
Right.
front. No question about it.
In the fourth quarter, making it 3rd and 10 for Needham at their own 26-yard line.
Charter looking to throw. Steps up in the pocket.
Oh, he's got Mikey.
He's
Beautiful.
got Elcock. That's a first
Wow.
down.
That's
Great
a big
play by Charter there. Charter's been under duress those last 2 times, kept his composure, stepped away from pressure, set his feet, and delivered a strike to Mikey Elcock.
That's a big play right there because
Yep.
3rd down and 10, the Wellesley defense just
Right.
not allowing Needham anything, so to be able to get that first down completion, that's huge for Needham here. Good pass, a good catch there by Elcock.
Charter back to pass.
Pressure, look out.
Charter
Oh.
gets hit as he throws.
Yeah, he got hit. He couldn't even complete that throw. The rusher hit his arm as he was trying to. We got Zach Cole coming up limping. Zach Cole, the senior captain, right guard. Last thing that the Rockets need is Zach out of the lineup. He's trying to tough it out because he's a lineman. I've coached Zach. He's a tough kid.
7:30 remaining here in the fourth. Rockets still down 22-6. Charter inside handoff to Walsh, who still has no running room.
If he could have come out of that pile, there was running room, but a Wellesley lineman got a good piece of him as he was breaking out.
That was Evan Callahan sort of reaching out there, making the
Right.
shoestring tackle as it was. But another big 3rd down here. You got to think it's 2 down.
Oh, that's
territory.
absolutely 2 down.
Making it 3rd down.
You gotta go for it all here. You can't. I mean, not on this play, but this drive.
He's got Mikey Elcock. First down.
Smart play by Elcock just to sit
His
down.
little hitch up. Mikey ran to the sticks, turned around, Charter delivered the ball.
And he was going. Elcock was going down on that one, so he did a good job
Right.
to sort of look that ball in and at least make the catch.
You mean a player might have had bad footing on this wonderful field they have here at
Who would
Wellesley?
have thought, right?
Yeah.
Elcock sent in motion. Charter looking to dump it off to Elcock. He does. Elcock's
Nice
got one man
job.
to make miss.
Oh.
He gets tackled. That's a good 5-yard gain for the Rockets, and they're starting to roll a little bit right now.
Good open field tackle there, though, by Callahan, preventing
Yep.
anything even bigger out of that.
Mikey's a tough runner after catch. He'll use that stiff arm.
The play, making it 2nd down and 6.
Crucial drive. To need him to have any chance, they have to get in here.
Charter looking to throw. Charter rolling out. Pump fakes. Tries to make a man miss. Wow. Still
Great
on his
run
feet.
by Charter.
Great run by Charter. That's a first down.
And Ryan trying to do it here now. Everything has pretty much not been successful for Needham. They've gone to the no huddle. Charter using that great poise he has. I saw it in Mansfield where he took them down the field twice.
And it looks like they had Charter there
Yeah.
for maybe 1 or 2 yard game, but
Yeah.
he really did a great job of breaking free and making that play happen. Absolutely,
Yeah.
that was all Ryan Charter on that one.
Charter in the gun.
1st and 10 at the Wellesley 35-yard line.
Charter looking to pass.
Heavy pressure. Look out.
Rolls out again. And throws it away. Good play there by Ryan.
One thing I'll say is this: Wellesley defense, they are rushing everybody on every single play.
Right.
It seems like they're bringing about 4 or 5 guys every single play. And really, you can see that Charter's maybe a little bit not out of his element, but he's a little bit. They're definitely getting to him. They're forcing him to sort of make plays on the run rather than giving it.
Well, the thing I see is that the Wellesley secondary is covering pretty well because Ryan's not.
That's
the
true
ball's
too,
not
yeah.
coming out quick.
Yeah.
And Ryan is trying to be precise. He can't turn the ball over.
No, a turnover here might be the nail in the coffin for the Rockets if they can't put up points here.
Well, they're down 16 as a result of those 2-point conversion situations. So
Charter in the gun.
Charter back to pass.
Still getting rushed.
Look out.
Ton of pressure.
Look out.
And shovel passes it out of bounds. Smart play.
Luckily it went out of bounds. When that ball left his hand, I thought it could be a replay of what happened to Fedor.
Yeah,
although maybe Ryan was just trying to get it out of bounds.
Offensive time really needs to try to buy Ryan some time to throw, because when he has had time to throw, he's usually found his man.
I do think that's a little bit about the Wellesley secondary, because Ryan is getting an initial 2 to 3 seconds. Nobody's going to pass protect beyond 3 seconds. So I think part of that is the Wellesley secondary is doing a good job of covering.
Absolutely. They're all game long. They've really done a good job of sort of containing those Needham receivers, especially Elcock. Elcock, he's had a few catches, but he hasn't been as big a factor as he could have been today.
Right. And to this point, isn't this the season low that Wellesley's held the team to? No, Norwood was 7,
they
right?
They shut out Dedham. So they have had one
Screen pass.
Screen. Look at this. Jack Walsh has got some room.
That's a first down.
Wow, big play.
Clock's still rolling, though.
No, they stopped it.
All the way down to 5.
Just to reset the chains,
reset the chains. But that was a nice play there. Walsh had a ton of blocking in front of it. That was a pretty screen pass there. Good play call.
Robbie, no offense to Dedham, but I'm not sure they qualify as a football team. It's tough. I mean, low enrollment down there. That's not exactly a powerhouse. Yeah, shut out against them.
I know they've been trying to get out of the Bay State League.
Yeah.
So,
Augie, oh, Lordy. You can see Augie's very frustrated. He didn't pull that one in.
The Charter, taking some pressure. He got knocked down on that one. And,
he delivered a strike,
He's
though.
feeling the heat, though, from this Wellesley defensive front end. Fortunately for him there, you're right. Cole Kadai hold on to the ball on that one.
For Needham at the Wellesley 22-yard line. 5 minutes and 7 seconds left to go in the game.
Elcock in motion. Charter in the gun. Charter looking to throw.
Back to pass.
He's got time.
Going deep for Augie Cole.
Augie couldn't pull it in.
Dolan gets his hand in there and kind of punched that one out. Great defensive play by the Raider defensive back.
Junior, Jack Dolan. Great job getting his hand in there, knocking the ball down, and another big third down here for Needham.
Well, it's 2 down territory, goes without saying.
I wonder if they might try and get a few yards here, set up a manageable fourth down, or do you think they go for it here?
No, they're going to go for it. The theme has been the Needham offense hasn't been able to get the big play when they need it.
Charter looking to throw.
He's got him. Oh, wow.
Threw a dart to Elcock and it's knocked down.
Defender right in there. Nice play by Wellesley to secondary. Bobby, did you get that player? He made a nice play on it.
That was Connor. I think that might have been Connor Russell, number 22.
Ball was going right for Elcock, and he batted it down.
Needham's going to take a timeout, discuss what they're going to do here.
What do we got for time left, Robbie?
54.
Yep. Obviously, this is crucial. Needham has to have that. We've been saying that on these deep. Now, this is the 3rd time Needham's been down by the Wellesley goal line.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the other 2 times, Needham couldn't get it in right before the half, right on the opening drive, and now here's the 3rd time. And that's the difference in your game. The Wellesley defense has made the stops, or conversely, the Needham offense has not been able to make the play when they need it.
I do want to say one thing, just going back to our previous point about the playoff thing. It has been cool to see Wellesley play like the Mansfields, the Duxburys, the Marshfields of the world. So that's been pretty cool.
They would be playing some weak competition otherwise, you know what I mean? And it's been great football since these playoffs started. The consolation games have been great.
Charter looking to throw.
Look
at him!
Charter gets it off.
No chance.
No chance right there.
Yeah. There you have it. I mean, that's basically been the story of the game. In the biggest offensive plays for Needham, they've been stopped by the Wellesley defense. 3 times down there, 0 for 3, no touchdowns.
And now Wellesley can really control this clock and work it down to just a couple of minutes remaining in this ball game.
You'll see a heavy dose of John Fadul and power running is what I think you're going to see. Or they might go to that double wing and run Noonan as well. I don't think it's they're going to try to exhaust Needham's timeouts on this drive.
I don't know. Unfortunately, I don't think we've been I don't know how many timeouts Needham has left. I think they've used a couple of timeouts so far the second half, but we'll see what Wellesley elects to do here.
And if I could, I'm gonna. Well, we'll watch this.
Fadul's going to keep it. He's going to get nowhere, but mission accomplished. The clock is running.
Right. Yeah, but they didn't get any yardage there. Will be interesting to see when Needham starts using their timeouts. Again, on this playoff system, like you just touched on, Robbie, to me, Wellesley comes into this game playing great football, 2 great wins the last 2 weeks. John Fadul orchestrated 103 points in 2 games.
Yeah.
So, they were eliminated by Mansfield. Needham was 7-1 when they went down to Mansfield. Needham, conversely, has lost the last 2 weeks. And in the second loss, they suffered the loss of their star player. So it's 17 and 18-year-old boys. This Needham team had huge aspirations, and rightfully so, given the fact that they had Mikey P. and a senior class that had been part of a Super Bowl 2 years ago. We'll let this play go through. Fadul, power run outside.
He's close.
Yeah, a big gain. No surprise, power running with Fadul. Exactly what we thought they would do. But, and again, not to make excuses for Needham. They suffer. I was there for it. I saw the aftermath. I saw the team. Can only be described as a heartbreaking. These boys had been to Gillette. And Seamus, you can talk about how the kids went through this. That was like a death in the family when they lost that game in Mansfield, with the added addition that they lost it on my view, a very bad call. And so then they had to play Natick. Natick was in a similar boat the next week. Natick was in mourning when we went over to play that game, and it was the weirdest game I've ever called. You had 2 teams, big rivals, great football teams. Neither one wanted to be there. And no matter how much
teams in the carry and the
right,
Harrogate
but you could see the almost palpable frustration with both teams that they had been eliminated. Wow, first down. John Fadul.
Fadul just doing power running. Clock now down to 3:45. It'll start rolling in a second once the chain gang has gotten moving.
And Needham will start. They're going to have to use timeouts after this next run, I would think.
They got to stop Fadul, though. First of all, they can't keep letting him get these first downs here.
No, I know, but they've got to use their timeout.
No, you're absolutely right. I agree with you, but they can't let Wellesley get these first downs.
Just when that Natick game started to have some juice to it, Panapinto runs it in, ties it up for Needham.
Yeah.
He tears his hamstring, and he's out. And, Wellesley, by converse, has had just 2 tremendous
61
offensive.
points.
It was amazing. I saw the huddle tape, yeah. So kind of 2 teams going in different directions at the season end here.
TJ Noonan on the carry.
TJ Noonan, good 5-yard carry. Clock still running.
Let's see if Needham calls a timeout. They do.
Timeout.
Unfortunately, they gave up 5 yards on the first down there, so it's going to be a tough toe here to get them stopped 2 times in a row. And it's going to be a heavy dose of Fadul or Noonan. And again, I'm very close to the program. I've coached most of these boys through youth football. I know how hard and how much they put into this season. Seamus, you can talk about it, like what it's been like at school. But now to come into this game in a situation where you lose a great player like Mike Panapinto, and the coaches, the players, everybody's got to come up with a way. And like you said, Robbie, the whole issue with Wellesley, they're playing great. They got enormous frustration from having lost 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
And it just seems like 2 emotional boats going in different directions. Fadul
on the
first
carry.
down. Just carries them the last 2 or 3 yards.
That looks like it's going to be a first down.
Yeah, it is.
I haven't seen the...
No, maybe not. No, it looked like he had it.
Yeah,
he's got it.
He's got it.
He's got it,
They got it now.
And in the Needham view, and in my view, and I know there's no way these boys would ever make an excuse, and they came with every intention to win this game. But since that fumble call against Mansfield, shortly after that, Jake Schernicker went out with a concussion, their starting corner. Certainly didn't help at Natick. Mikey P went out at the Natick game with a hamstring injury.
Just heard somebody on the Wellesley side here say, warm up the bus. I don't know if we could get quite to that point yet.
Right.
But,
we're almost to it. Fadul. And I will say, Seamus, you could probably talk about this. What a great group of senior football players Needham has this year. One of the greatest class, along with the Drew Burnett, Mark Riley class from 2 years ago. They've achieved so much. They went to a Super Bowl. I believe they're one bad call away from the state champion in Mansfield 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I think Mansfield may be the best team in the state.
I mean, I don't want to make excuses for him at all, but I feel like the last couple of years, the injury bug has just killed him.
Oh, yeah,
especially
Burnett.
Drew Burnett
Super Bowl
2 years
year,
ago in
yeah.
the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, Charter, I know last year he got hurt. They had a bad game against Natick. I think he was telling me about that. Like, they were 1 win away from going to the playoffs or something.
Yeah.
Panapento this year, too. Yeah, so definitely.
I mean, but they've achieved a lot of good things.
Yeah.
They've really raised the standard for football here at Needham High, and they've done a great job.
Certainly.
They should definitely be proud of the legacy they've left.
Right.
Bay State carry champions 2 out of the last 3 years.
Yeah.
Definitely something to be proud of.
Right.
In their quest to become national champions down in Kissimmee, Florida.
To talk about the Wellesley team, and I'll say this: I've seen all the Wellesley tape. I was here for their opener against Concord Carlisle. I have never seen a luckier win in my life. Concord Carlisle should have
won.
There was so much better team.
Should have won that game.
Concord Carlisle should have been arrested for larceny in that game.
Yeah,
I've never
Wellesley
seen
should
a
have
more
won that
one-sided game go to another team.
22-0,
Right.
and you let them come back. The Wellesley should have absolutely won that
Right.
game. Nothing. Don't
Right.
want to criticize anybody, but Wellesley should have definitely won that game.
Yeah.
John Fadul on the carry.
Finally got him. See Needham take a quick timeout. Finally got a negative play there, or a no-gain play for Fadul.
So 3rd down here. So this is big
Yeah.
for Needham.
I don't think Needham took a timeout because the clock is now down to 2 minutes.
And, Robbie, we talked about this before, and I'm just going to raise this issue. Like, John Fadul came back from Milton Academy. I've seen the Wellesley youth football teams. They have an unbelievable 5th-grade team. Wellesley football has great, talented football players in this town. Unfortunately for Wellesley, a lot of time there's an issue with boys going to the ISL that really kind of undercuts the overall talent that Wellesley would have. And, that's kids making choices, but I just want to point out that this a Wellesley team, especially now at the end of the season, is a really, really good football team, a great offensive football team, especially with Fadul at quarterback.
Definitely.
So, and if Wellesley's had a little bit of a tough time here, I know the Connor Strahan kid at St. Seb's, he's a Wellesley kid. He's a Division I kid from BC High.
Yeah.
People are going to do what people are going to do. But, there's no shortage of football talent in Wellesley.
The one thing I will say for public schools, I was making this point before the game, is that Wellesley fans will know this name very well. Nate Fryman, Wellesley High grad in 2005, just completed his rookie year with the
Right.
Oakland Athletics in Major League Baseball. So it's
Right.
not like, public schools, there are kids who come out
Right.
of public schools who go on to
Right.
do great things. But you're right, the ISL and the Catholic Conference usually do take away some of that talent. There's no argument here.
I think the ISL particularly for Wellesley. That's Fadul.
Fadul is going to keep it on the quarterback keeper and brought down there. I believe
Joe
that was
Well, that's another first down. That's probably going to do it, fellas, because I don't know how many timeouts Needham's got left.
They can't have more than,
They've used 2 or 3 on this drive.
one
They
or
used
two
from an offense,
yeah, they can't have more than 1 or 2 timeouts left. With 2 minutes left, I think
That was a first down.
Wellesley's just got to let the clock let the play clock run down here. And you got to be happy for the Wellesley seniors. I mean,
Yep.
3 years in a row, like we said, they've never beaten Needham on your home field. Your last game,
Right.
and you're able to come out there and hope it's looking like get a victory here. So
Well-deserved victory. Definitely the better team here today.
no offense to you guys, but it's a great day to be a Raider here today.
Well, it's been a while since it's been a great day to be a Raider in this game.
clock now within 1:30.
I think they're just going to take a knee here. I don't think Wellesley.
Yeah, no, they can run it out. They can
They're
clock
just
it
going
out.
to run it out.
Yeah.
All right.
Wellesley is in the victory formation, and they have started taking knees.
It'll be Wellesley's first win since 2009 here at Honeywell.
Yeah, the last time they beat Needham was at Honeywell Field
Great
back
game
in
that
2000. That was a terrific game.
This will be Wellesley's
7th win of the
60th
year.
win in the series.
Oh,
They
yeah.
now lead the season series, I wouldn't say season, but
The all-time series.
the all-time series 60-57, and they have broken their losing streak against Needham. Hell of a season for both teams. You got to congratulate the Raiders, and I also want to congratulate the Rockets on an outstanding year.
And gentlemen, I just want to say to both of you and everybody out there, well, happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Thank you, Robbie. Thank you.
It's been great calling the game with you guys. Again, I love doing. This is my 4th year doing this Wellesley Indian broadcast. It's always a good time. But happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Turkey's gonna be tasting a little sweeter in Wellesley. I'll leave with that.
I just want to express my thanks to Coach Duffy, Micah Haubin, all the Needham football players, and just remind these Needham high school seniors, despite the defeat here, one of the greatest football classes to come through the high school. And
Now
nothing to be ashamed of with a great, great team.
2-1, and that's
That's
it. And Wellesley has won the 126th edition of the Thanksgiving Day rivalry between the Needham Rockets and the Wellesley Raiders, the second oldest high school football rivalry in the country, probably the greatest of all time. I'm Seamus Coleman. Alongside me is Robbie Johnson and Brendan Walsh, and thanks for staying tuned to the Needham Wellesley channel.
Today, everybody,